Hello, everybody.
Hola.
Wrong franchise, Matt.
Oh, this isn't the Picard wrap-up stream?
It isn't. I haven't even watched it yet, but I'm gonna. Good evening, everyone in the chat. Good evening, gentlemen. How are we?
Honest Jedi. Or Jawa.
Honest Jawa. We man.
Honest.
Louise, you're still awake.
Hello, everyone.
Isaac, what's going on, my friend? What's going on?
Hola.
Good evening. Hola. How are we all?
We're good.
Doing pretty
Very
good.
Yeah. I mean, I hope so. I mean, I'm
Get
ready
to spend the evening talking about Star Wars with my friends. What can be better than that?
You know what, dude? You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Absolutely.
Kind of happy the season's over.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Christopher.
Yeah,
I've
he's
got
coming in
thoughts
hot
on that
tonight.
too.
Yeah, man, some hot takes. We're going to have some hot takes tonight. Absolutely. But yeah, good evening, everyone. Welcome to I can't believe I'm saying this already, the last Mandalorian Season 3 after show. Guys, there's obviously some division within not just the room here, but obviously within the fandom itself regarding this season. Personally, I really enjoyed it. It was a little bit different. There was a lot of development with certain characters. Not just wait a minute. Not just with certain characters, but obviously in terms of the whole kind of universe as well. So this episode saved me money as I went to Darksaber, but man, that's going to get repaired by Luke, guaranteed.
Or
Or
Ahsoka.
Cal Kestis.
Or Cal Kestis, or Ahsoka.
He still hasn't shown up, Sam. He still hasn't.
No, I know. He showed up at Celebration. That's good enough for me, okay?
Talking
All right,
about
so
ponchos.
Doesn't count.
is Jaren the only one that does the whole Asian last name first thing? Because Paz Vizsla is his last name. Bo-Katan Kryze is her. I mean, why does he do last name first?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Although I really do like Din Grogu. I think that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Din Grogu is pretty cool. I have to.
It sounds better than Grogu Jaren.
Yes.
It does. And I think maybe that's one of the reasons as to why they've decided that.
Yeah.
Chris does not look happy. But episode 8, Matt, you can lead off, dude. What were your kind of thoughts on the episode as a whole? We'll get to the rest of the season later on in the stream, but this episode, as it progressed, give us your thoughts.
Well, first off, the cinematography was absolutely gorgeous as always. On the whole, I really enjoyed this episode. We had some great action scenes. My man Axe Wolves coming in clutch, crashing that ship into the base. Freaking awesome. Grogu made me think about Kanan and made me feel my own feels, so I'm mad at him about that. But there is a lot of unanswered questions this episode. Like, was there another spy? Why the hell was the mythosaur there if they're not going to do anything with it? It's just, but overall, I did really enjoy the episode. I liked the ending. If we never saw any more of Din Djarin or Grogu, with the way they ended that, those two being a real family now and living their life, helping out the New Republic, just doing bounties on the side, and Grogu still practicing the Force and all that, I'm fulfilled with that. And I would be happy if we never saw them again after that. Even though I know we are, and I'm really excited to see them again, I'd still be happy with just that ending.
Tim?
Overall, just underwhelmed with the episode. I thought it was really cool to see Mandalorians flying and fighting. You know, when she ignited the Darksaber as they're heading down there, that was just super cool. Din and Grogu taking out the Praetorian Guards so easily after you know how badass they are. That was pretty cool. Just again, it just felt, I don't know, it felt like there wasn't that big payoff. But I think part of the problem started by putting what are essentially two of the best episodes from this season in Book of Boba Fett. They should have started with those two episodes, and we would have all been just like hyped. And so I'm going to actually kind of tag those into this when I think of this season as a whole, because that's the big payoff. Bringing back Luke and Ahsoka together, R2 again. All that's the payoff that we didn't get at the end of the season that I kind of thought we would. So,
Christopher.
Hey, what's up?
Do enlighten us.
So it was a good episode. I'm not gonna lie, it was a great episode. And Matt was right. The cinematography was on point. There was, what was it when Axe Woes was trying to fly back to, their starship? It looked like there's like a GoPro on his head. Well, a really good one, right? And the angle was great.
Yeah.
Everything about it was great. It's just, how are you gonna have a really good episode and that one episode managed to bring down the entire season? And when I say that, you guys know on social media, on Instagram, I always post IGN's scores. I've always disagreed with it. Every episode that they've reviewed always mentioned that it lacked story, it lacked development. And I kept saying, no, I'm looking at the bigger picture, right? Like something's coming. Something's going to make sense to why everything we're getting. Plus, what was that? What episode was that? Episode 3 when we got that whole filler?
Yeah, the half episode.
Right. Yeah, and people didn't like it because it didn't have nothing to do with Mando, which I was like, yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with him, but I'm looking at the bigger picture, right? And exactly what Matt said, we got the Mythosaur, we got all these things in 7 episodes of development that we're all looking for answers in episode 8, and none of that happened.
Yeah,
we're left hanging there, right? Dave Filoni stated that this is essentially an end of a story. I see it as like end of a chapter, not the end of Mando. I think we'll still see Mando. We'll get a season 4, But if you're closing a chapter in a book, you can't close a chapter without answering the questions of that chapter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It kind of just doesn't make the whole entire season make any more sense. I don't know if you guys want to talk about this now, but the theory of Moff Gideon, that it wasn't him that died.
But we can get into that shortly.
That part's like, I don't know. There's too much thrown at us at this where it kind of just brings down the entire season. I don't know. I have notes.
Yep.
Not
At
a lot.
At the same time, there were a lot of subtle things in it that I really appreciate. For example, at the very end, when Vizsla's son is taking the creed, did you guys notice that they cut out the part about not taking your helmet off?
I caught that, yeah.
So I think they're kind of leaving it up to, choice now, whether or not they decide to remove their helmet, because they left that line completely out when he takes the creed at the end. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. And I mean, we got Moff Gideon and we got his horns on his helmet, at the end of episode 7. And to a lot of us who watched Clone Wars, what does it insinuate when you see a Mandalorian with horns on his head, right? And there's a theory of maybe him and the Armorer were either affiliated or in some way part of Death Watch.
Yeah, there was a lot of red herrings, it seems.
Yeah,
again,
and then
the whole Mythosaur, nothing.
Exactly.
Other than the fact that Grogu connected with the Mythosaur.
Yes, and the one thing I thought was really cool about that episode at the very end was they didn't say it, but there was some form of body language that they're still looking at Bo-Katan like you're still our hero or you're still our leader, right?
Yeah.
You don't need the Darksaber to be the ruler of Mandalore. And that's kind of the feeling I got from that, right? I felt like everyone in this season got closure except for Din's story. In a way. Because it's like Mythosaur, cool. I don't know, there's just so much that happened in all 8 episodes that left more plot holes and more unanswered questions at the end of the season.
And again, like little things that I was expecting when he pulled in to that planet where the X-Wing dude was and Dave Filoni was sitting there at the end, I thought for sure we're going to see some, maybe additional Rebels crew members. I was looking for them. I thought there'd be a tease into Ahsoka, more of a tease into Ahsoka.
Which, and I think like Ahsoka already has her own make right? But you want something.
Ahsoka doesn't need shit.
Yeah, but you need something to transition in the show to what make all of us be like, yo, what's gonna happen? Mando season 4. what's
Well,
going to
they
happen with
kinda-
Ahsoka. It's
They kind of
something.
did when they name dropped Thrawn and
Yeah.
Hux last episode. But
Episode 7. Yeah.
When you think about it on the whole, this entire season, right? The whole. There's not only been a lot of tie-ins, there's been a lot of... I mean, the first thing we've seen was basically setting up Ahsoka, right? Let's be honest. With the space whales. There's been so much little comments thrown in here or there, and I get it. You have to be like a proper super fan to really pick a lot of this stuff up. You need to have watched Rebels and Clone Wars and all the movies and everything in between. In terms of what you were saying there, Chris, in terms of Din's story, this is just a chapter, right? Like, you know, Filoni and Favreau have already said this is the end of a chapter. Season 4 is already written. Season 3 and 4 were written together as a cohesive continuation of one another. So I hope, but I do think when we get season 4 in 2 years' time or 18, it's 18 months apparently, I don't know what it is. But I do believe and I do hope that season 4 ties a lot of that off for that character and makes things make a bit more sense, because I think everything makes complete sense at this stage. I agree completely 100%. There were a couple of things that didn't really sit well with me, and I said it before a million times regarding the Book of Boba Fett episode, right? Like, if you didn't watch Book of Boba Fett, you're going from Mando season 2 to season 3. You're missing a whole, even though it's only a little bit, you're missing a whole chunk there as to how that's happened and how Grogu's back and
they didn't do any of the, like, you know, previously on, didn't address any of it.
No, they didn't do a thing. They didn't do a thing. So I agree with that. I would have much rather have liked to have seen that within season 3 rather than Book of Boba. But at the same time, I think they opted for that to have the scientist episode, which I get why a lot of people are saying that was a waste of an episode.
That's how I feel now. At the time I didn't, because I was like, oh no, like a bigger picture, and then
I still don't agree. I still don't agree, and I tell you why. Because I think there's something else within season 4 that we're going to get that makes all that make sense. Like, this. It's good that we have questions. Otherwise, if they tell us everything now, how are they going to pique interest for the next season? They need to leave crumb trails. They need to leave things for us to, and questions for us to ask. You know, if we get everything right now, where's the interest for season 4? You know, so I mean, honestly, I'm good with it for the most part. For the most part, I'm pretty good with it. The Mythosaur thing as well. Again, a little bit of mystery surrounding that.
I think they realized that people kind of hated Boba Fett riding the Rancor, so like, maybe we shouldn't have Bo-Katan ride the Mythosaur
yet.
Honestly, it felt like this was a Mando season 3 / Bo-Katan season 1.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's kind of what it felt like. Which we all talked about that last season, and even in Book of Boba Fett, we said this is going to be the season to take back Mandalore. That was literally what we said, you know, every week.
No, it is.
You know what I mean?
You're bang on.
But it's just like,
I've still got the long-running theory that the Mandalorian, the whole show, is actually the origin story for Din Grogu, who will become the Mandalorian. And I think, like, I believe 4 years from now.
Yeah, I'm starting to see that.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm now starting to think that as well, Tim, is because you look at the first week we seen the Mythosaur, who was there, Grogu. You look at what happened in basically the last scene. He looks into the water. We get that cinematic through the water to the Mythosaur. He opens his eye again. And we know what is said about the Mythosaur in regards to when the true leader of Mandalore returns, the Mythosaur will rise again. That's twice. That isn't by accident. So I think you're spot on with that. I really do think you're spot on with that. And I think there's going to be something huge in regards to that, because we know why Gideon wanted the blood in season 1. There's something about this kid, right? not just the fact that he has special abilities and access to the Force. There's something else about him. He's now integrated with a complete new civilization. I mean, he'd be the prime target for First Order, Sith Order, the Empire to wipe out, because not only does he have knowledge of the Force and the Jedi, but also the Mandalorian as well.
Yeah.
He's basically becoming what Moff Gideon wants to become, or wants to build.
He's already seen through the lies of the Jedi.
He's seen through the thighs of the Jedi. How about?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's Coles, man. Ain't mine. That's Coles. That's Coles. But
Why am I surprised? He's good at this.
In terms of spies, though, right? Because we were all theorizing about
That's
the
the other
previous
one.
episode, the spies,
Yeah.
and we're all saying, okay, it's Costa Reeve. I remember her name this week. How about? It's Axe Wolves, or it's the Armorer. Like it was none of that turned out to be true yet. I don't think it's no longer the Armorer, because like she was hell bent on reinforcements and everything. Axe definitely not.
Yeah.
Costa Reeves.
I think it's her, Loki. What if that is Moff Gideon's daughter?
What if spies that just referred to the Shadow Council? Because that's the episode that the Shadow Council appeared, and we're just overthinking it.
Yeah,
It could be. Absolutely could be.
we do tend to overthink things.
Yeah, but that's because usually that's.
But that's because there was a
things.
parallel. There were like two in each episode before, where the titles kind of referred to two different characters.
And we caught a lot of the stuff that happened this season too. So
yeah,
we're getting kind of good at this, right?
yeah.
Is it that obvious, or are we getting kind of good at this? The Moff Gideon thing. Let's tie into this with the cloning side of things, right? Did anyone expect all those tanks to be full of Moff Gideons? Because I didn't. Honestly, I was kind of like, oh shit, are these Snokes?
When I first saw it, I thought, oh crap, that's Finn.
I kind of thought they would be Papa Palpatine clones.
I thought it was going to be Snoke, honestly, because Snoke was the one they showed the last time they showed it, wasn't it? Snoke in the.
Yeah,
Snoke made sense, but because I thought about it, I was like, oh, is this when we're going to see it? But the part where Snoke at that moment when they finally showed Gideon, I was like, okay, it's not Snoke. We're too early in the timeline.
Exactly, we're too early.
That's where I literally thought I was like, oh, it's Snoke. But then when I saw Gideon, I was like, dude, I'm getting the Force Unleashed 2 vibes. You have Force sensitive clones.
Yeah.
You have Axe Wolves flying the ship into the ground like they did in Force Unleashed 2.
Yep.
So I was getting those vibes. I was like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing.
What they're doing just now is they're lending hands to legitimacy that the Force can be injected into a cloned being. They're legitimizing Snoke more and more and more through this series, right? And let's be honest, that wasn't Moff Gideon. That was a clone.
Yeah, Moff Gideon has a mustache.
Correct.
Just saying.
So you're saying that the John Carlo I took a picture with was a freaking clone? Mother.
Did he not have a mustache?
No.
He didn't have a mustache, man.
He was clean shaved.
And again, are we overthinking it? And just, Giancarlo just currently doesn't have, this season didn't have a mustache, so they just didn't give him one.
It's like, hey man, you're gonna have facial hair season 1, season 2, but you can shave season 3 if you want.
No, I honestly do think, I really do think that was a clone.
Yeah, I don't think we're overthinking it.
I think he went out too easy.
That was my frustration too.
How do we kill this guy? Oh, we'll just hit him with a starship. Nah. That's a total miss. There's so many clones, and that was just one room. Who's to say that he didn't have more somewhere else, or another one somewhere else?
And that's what I was thinking too.
Our whole other base somewhere on Mandalore.
Yeah. And that's the thing that I was thinking too, is like you can't clone yourself and be like, okay, we're only gonna have these. We're not gonna have spare DNA. Type
Exactly.
Thing, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna have that stored somewhere else. And that was another thing I thought about.
And what they'll bring him back. It's gonna get. I mean, I don't know. He's definitely the main antagonist of the whole Mandalorian, kind of Mandoverse, right?
Until Thrawn shows up.
Until if Thrawn shows up in this, because we don't really know yet quite.
The movie.
The movie, maybe.
I think the movie is when we'll also get the real Moff Gideon. We're going to get Grand Admiral Thrawn. We're going to get the Mythosaur. It's all going to happen in the movie.
I feel like we're going to get Din possibly in Ahsoka. Like, and I know Ahsoka's going to be all over the damn timeline with the World Between Worlds and the flashbacks and the other crap, but I feel like some present day stuff, you may see Din show up.
I mean,
or do we call him Djarin?
Here's the thing with the Ahsoka season and potential kind of characters.
What's up, Ryan?
The first here in spirit. Ryan, get your ass in here. I don't even care if you fell asleep playing
Oh, he
Diablo
sent me a
2.
reel. I'll be back.
With Ahsoka, we know the first 4 episodes are what? Rebels timeline, and then the last 4 are Mandoverse timeline, apparently. So, I mean, I would not rule out him making an appearance, but here's the thing. I don't want him to, because he has no business being in that show.
I 100% agree.
He's got business hunting down Imperials.
Yeah, I know, but like
And
Thrawn, that's Ahsoka's
No,
thing.
it won't
That's
be a
Sabine's
Thrawn,
thing.
but I could see him helping out with an underling because they're not going to go up against Thrawn right off.
Yeah, he could be chasing like Pelion or something like that, and they cross paths.
But by doing
Again, I
that,
feel like they're really wanting to create this Mandoverse. And even though Ahsoka's got its own jam and it doesn't need it, I feel like there'll be some crossover.
But by doing that right now, obviously we've already had him in Book of Boba Fett. By doing that, do they run the risk of overusing him?
Oh, you're serious?
No, I'm being serious. Like, this is the thing. Like, it doesn't really matter how much a fandom loves something. Yeah, I get it. I understand, right? Even Grogu, though, they need to be careful, because if they overuse them, then I need to get one of those.
Baby, no squeezy.
No, it's crazy.
If they overuse them, though, that's the thing. They're running the risk of people getting sick and tired of it, right?
Yeah.
They're running the risk of people saying, well, they're just using the cash cow as a beefed up legitimacy to another show, which they did in Book of Boba
And
Fett.
Ahsoka doesn't need it. Ahsoka does not.
Ahsoka is a cash cow within herself. Yeah. That has been proved for years and years and years. Don't get me wrong. If we got a little something, would I be pissed? A little bit. Would I be understanding of it if it made sense? Yes, of course, but I just don't think.
Would you rather see Din, or would you rather see Rex?
Rex.
Exactly. Young Rex or old man Rex?
Old man Rex.
Old man Rex.
Actually, you know what? Both.
The right age.
Let's do both.
Yeah, it's gonna say in Rebels time, so you can have old man Rex or middle-aged Rex, I guess.
Hop into the World Between Worlds. You're back in the Clone Wars. There's Anakin in his armor. There's, come on.
Here's a pretty hot take, right? The last season put the nail in the coffin for me. Not even going to bother watching next season. Yes, you will.
I don't 100% disagree with that.
I mean, did we need Lizzo and Blackjack? Blackjack?
I don't think it matters. Because all it is a cast.
I like both of them, but I couldn't watch those scenes without going, oh shit, there's Jack Black.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time it came out, I was like, oh shit, there's Jack Black.
So what's the difference between Jack Black and Christopher Lloyd?
Christopher Lloyd didn't do it for me. And I don't know if it's because it's been so long since Back to the Future.
Yep.
But he didn't
actually like Christopher Lloyd, so
he didn't take me out of the scene.
It almost felt like that. Don't get me wrong. The end of that episode, right, was completely to the point and had to happen. Otherwise, the rest of the season doesn't make sense. But the 80% of that episode felt to me
90.
As fun as I thought it was. Did we need it? No. I did think it was fun. but at the same time, it felt like it was just written as a reason to get people into Star Wars. Jack Black, Lizzo, Christopher Lloyd. We were thinking Christopher Lloyd might be one of these old man Mando types of people. No, he comes in and plays a completely irrelevant character to an irrelevant plot line.
Spider-Man's brother, Tom Holland's brother, was in that episode too. I forget which part he played.
Oh, that's right. No, he was. You're right. I read that too. Right, but here's the thing. Overall, I was kind of okay with it. Just because, you know what, it was a fun episode. Did it really do anything for the storyline? No, not until the end, because then obviously you had Bo and Axe going at it. But at the same time, I kind of enjoyed it because I do like Jack Black. I think he's funny. I think he's entertaining. But did we need it? No, we didn't need it. There was no point in it at all. It was clearly an episode that was written just to get people into Star Wars, in my opinion.
It was filler.
It was filler. It was total filler.
I felt like it was enjoyable filler because it was like, oh, that's kind of fun. But when you're limited to an 8-episode series, to something we've all been waiting for, that you're trying to take back Mandalore, there should have been something else added in there.
Yeah.
What else this is the thing, right? What else could they have added in there that takes up 35 minutes?
I mean, we had battle droids and super battle droids. That was kind of cool.
That was.
I mean, you could have had a longer confrontation between Bo, Din, and the rest of the Mandalorians.
Yeah.
It's hard because you would have stretched it out further, and then it could become just kind of boring. I guess how the way they did it was short and sweet, and that's it. But it's just like, I think adding in those fillers was kind of lazy. Again, they were entertaining.
Entertaining, but definitely lazy. I'd agree with that.
Kind of lazy.
But it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about something else, though.
Look, next season when it comes out, I'll watch it first thing in the morning, the day it comes out. I mean, it doesn't matter if I like it or not.
Yeah.
Hey, what episode was it that Paz Vizsla's son was taken by the dragon?
4.
Episode 4. Okay.
Yeah.
And they ran out of gas, correct? Or the jet fuel, right?
Right. Yeah. Someone mentioned this.
Got it. So you're telling me Axwells can travel roughly 250 miles. Off planet. Okay. The average space station is 250 miles away from Earth. Okay.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna talk about like an average planet, it's 250. He made it all the way up there, and you do have to go a certain speed to leave a planet's atmosphere, which would mean
Correct.
using more
First off,
fuel.
Mandalore is much smaller than Earth. Not many people realize that. So he didn't have to travel as far.
But you are using
I'd be more
jet
concerned
fuel.
about actually burning up in the atmosphere. I understand you've got those little armor plates on and shit, but come on.
Once you get higher up in the atmosphere, you use less fuel.
Yeah, that's true because there's no resistance.
Less resistance.
Once you get up there.
And then
he
had enough to come back too. And
we also don't know how long they chased that damn bird for either.
And we don't know if they started with full tanks.
True.
There's a lot of variables here.
But here's the thing, right?
I'm
going to guess that they did start on full tanks because they all started running out of gas pretty much at the same time.
Yeah, truth.
You know, so yeah, plot hole, absolutely. Entertaining, absolutely. But massive plot hole, definitely. You know, there was something else that will come back to me. I can't remember what it was, but there's something else.
So this season 2, you know, and this was obviously, I guess, just a setup for Skeleton Crew, but the whole pirate shit was kind of stupid to me. You know, you had the big seaweed beard. And,
the amount of times I got Pirates of the Caribbean vibes in this season was ridiculous.
Yeah. But the dude that got away is going to kind of be the main antagonist for Skeleton Crew. So I don't know if that was a direct setup for that, but it just...
Oh, so we're getting Davy Jones back? Sweet.
No, the other guy, the one that took off.
No, Davy Jones.
No, the other guy. The guy
he
with
died.
The
the
guy
one
with
that
the
he
sticks
said,
on his,
he said he's being a coward or whatever.
The other one, right? Okay, yeah. I thought he got done in by Mando.
No, he fucked off.
He was like, you know,
first curse word 30 minutes.
What?
See, like after
that's a
record.
See, like after that episode, like when the pirate took off and he left, I was like, okay, I'm looking at the bigger picture because he's gonna come back in something, right? So every episode, when I was like, great episode, but what about this? And then I told myself, bigger picture, it's fine. and it just kept happening and happening. And I was like, oh,
But I think, to be honest, that is what it's going to be. It's going to be bigger picture into season 8, even though this is the end of, let's say, the trilogy. This is the chapter, season 3. Season 3 and 4 go together. We know that already. So it's not really the end of a chapter as such. It is and it isn't. There's going to be a lot of things answered in season 4. A lot of things. We're going to obviously get, more in terms of progress with Mandalore. We're obviously going back to roots with Din Djarin and bounty hunting, season 1. But don't forget, he's now working, obviously, anonymously and whatever, under the table with the New Republic.
And I don't think they dropped the Bo-Katan storyline. I think, you're going to see a combination of Mando doing the bounty hunting and them setting up the new Mandalore.
Oh, no, definitely, because she's already confirmed that she's signed in for another 2 seasons.
Which, another cool thing about when they were lighting the forge at the end, did you notice that it was Paz Vizsla's son standing right next to
Sorry, man.
Paz Vizsla's son was standing right next to Axe Woves.
Up, down, left, right, BA starts to
Which is cool.
I did see. Yeah, I did notice that. Yeah, absolutely. And I kind of liked how they ended the season, the way the season started, with the kid taking the oath.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was very fitting. Obviously, when the season started, we're kind of thinking, is Grogu really kind of back to, with Mando? Is there going to be some conflict there? No, he is full-on Mandalorian, but he uses the Force. What if it's Grogu, right? This is the thing, right? Obviously, the Darksaber get crushed and then thrown on that platform. Starship hits. What if it was recovered, and what if it's Grogu that fixes it? Because they're not going to not have the Darksaber. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. It is so pertinent to the whole story of Mandalore, right?
Do they ever go into what it is? Is it a kyber crystal in it? Is it?
Yeah, it's a kyber. It's a kyber crystal, which was, oh god, I can't remember the full story, but I read it online at least anyway, which is supposedly canon.
Was that in Clone Wars, or was this just somebody?
They mentioned it briefly in Rebels.
Yeah, it was Tar Vizsla, wasn't it? It was an ancestor of Paz Vizsla.
Yes.
So technically, the kid is a descendant of that
The guy
Mando
that made
Jedi.
it. Yeah.
I think Paz actually mentioned that in the Mando Boba episode.
When they were fighting.
Yeah. So honestly, I think that's a total miss. That's getting fixed. It's getting fixed. It's getting replaced. It's getting upgraded. It's just the crystal's still there.
I mean, they fixed Anakin's lightsaber after they pulled it in half. So
exactly.
there was a good close up of it bent in.
Yeah.
And you can see a little bit of light peeking from the center of the hilt.
Yeah.
It's fixable.
It's totally fixable, and it's going to be fixed, guaranteed, 100%. Yeah,
they're going to make a brand new model that they can turn around and sell at Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
And this one's going to be made out of Beskar.
Yes, it is. Actually, I thought the hilt was Beskar. Is it not Beskar?
I don't think they've ever actually said if it was or not.
Yeah, obviously.
No, it makes sense for it to
they
be.
don't make weapons from Beskar.
That's true. Yet she uses her
lie.
Beskar hammer as a weapon.
The whistling
Irony.
birds are made out of Beskar too.
Irony, armorer.
The whistling birds are Beskar too.
And the plot holes just keep on coming.
Right?
He headbutts people all the time with his helmet.
Someone needs to get.
They just needed an
excuse
excuse to make Grogu a little chainmail Beskar shirt.
Yep, and then a little shield thing with a friggin' Mythosaur on it.
Mudhorn. Was it a mythosaur or mudhorn? It was a mudhorn.
That was a Mudhorn.
It was a mudhorn.
In terms of the overall season, though, if you look at 1, 2, and 3 as a collective,
2's the best.
I wasn't going to ask that. I agree. 2 is the best. I agree, right? But if you watch 1, 2, and 3, right, who's making the super cut?
For this, I gotta throw those 2 damn Boba Fett episodes. Even if I split them and put 1 in 2 and 1 in 3, 3 would be better than season 1. Season 2 is the best by far, just because how they pulled off that Luke without anybody knowing, just amazing. And the introduction of Ahsoka and the return of Boba Fett, all in one season. That's and it was good. So whether you're into Star Wars or not, it was a good story and people got into it.
I know people who
take those 2 episodes, you put them into this season, it's right behind season 2 for me.
Hey, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
I mean, we've got another guest, folks.
Another Elvis.
Hi, friend.
What's
Elvis
happening,
is
y'all?
in the building.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hola.
What are we talking about? Picard?
Yeah.
Dude, don't
Great
you
season.
start as well, man.
Dude, it was awesome. I did watch the final of that. That was fantastic.
Dude, I cried so hard.
I haven't even watched season 2 yet. Never mind season 3.
Skip season
I'm
2.
like long time old next gen fan, so that's
I love that. Don't get me wrong, I love Next Gen as well. I really did, but I just haven't found time. I keep on finding Star Wars stuff to watch.
This season is just like a love letter to next gen fans.
It was
Definitely.
fan service done right.
Yeah.
Season 2, they go back in time to fix the future, and they fix the future, so you can skip it. That's
like
no bearing on season 3 at all.
That's like 50% of Star Trek episodes anyway.
Season 1 to season 3. Sweet. Elvis,
What
thoughts on the finale?
Not a lover of it.
Please,
Not a lover of it.
Another one.
That's the consensus. That is the consensus.
Is it? Okay. I've
Kind of.
paid attention to Instagram stories and stuff, and there's been a few people who are like, great finale. And there's been some that were like, eh. So I don't know. I was not overwhelmed by it all. I was kind of underwhelmed. There's just some stuff that I just I don't know.
Here's my take on it, right? It was a great plot finale, but not a great season finale. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
If we would have gotten, if we got a post-credit scene, right?
I was expecting one.
Yeah. And if we would have gotten one, it would have changed. I'm gonna go right back to this again. It would have changed how I felt about that entire season, because I'm like, again, I'll go right back to, all right, the bigger picture, because something else is coming, right? But because there isn't one, now you're sitting here like, so that was it?
Well, apparently, I know, Chris, you were watching it too on Star Wars Sith stream. Someone in the chat apparently had insider information that there was a post-credit scene filmed, but they cut it off to throw it into Ahsoka.
What's up, Brian?
Brian.
Oh, they cut it off to put it into Ahsoka.
The whole
there's also another thing.
episode feels like they kind of rewrote it as they were filming it or something.
I
It
agree.
didn't feel very organic or cohesive. It's almost like they said, if we had to just not do another season, if we needed to put a bookend on it, let's do that just in case.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels like a series finale, like they're done. I don't know.
Well, Elvis, what I was talking about earlier is that the episode ended with that circular wipe. Kind of went down onto Grogu and then closed up.
Yeah,
that's how
almost like that's all, folks. Like
that's how the first movie of each of the trilogies ended. Star Wars ends with one, Phantom Menace ends with one, and Force Awakens ends with one. None of the other movies do.
Really?
So that's clearly them stating this is the end of the first part of this saga. So again, we discussed this earlier. There was just too many left open questions. I feel like if this was the end of.
Yeah, but we're gonna get answers in season 4.
Oh,
Says
Guaranteed.
who?
Me.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not Star Wars. They're not saying it.
No,
Fancy.
Filoni has said it. Filoni has already said that season 3 and season 4 are connected. They were written together.
It's like
I
3.5.
don't know, dude.
like
Like, I'm
3.5.
sure it's written.
No, he did. He did. He said that at Celebration.
Yeah.
they also said there's going to be a Rey movie.
There is going to be a Rey movie.
Which apparently John Boyega is going to be in now, or
Oh,
they're
yeah.
talking to
He's
him.
not bad talking Star Wars anymore, so
They better show him some fucking respect too.
make him
Oh,
a
yeah.
Jedi.
Well, he's Force sensitive, right? So here's the thing with that. How about if she's rebuilding the Jedi Order and it's Finn as one of the people she's training?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
They
the
did that
most
in Lego
obvious.
Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, it's the most obvious, but they will just said today that he could be back in. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting one. But I think the fact that they've announced Daisy Ridley now, they cannot cancel that.
Yeah,
No, they can't.
that would be a hard one to pull back on.
No,
But
I
at the
don't
same
think- I
time,
don't think
Patty
they can.
Jenkins came out and took photos next to an X-wing.
Yeah, I was
They
going to
took
say,
time
they
to
can,
shoot all that shit. And,
not as big a name as, like, Rey Skywalker, but
yeah,
God,
no,
it
I
just-
think that one will.
Hurts
get
even
made,
saying
though.
that out loud, by the way,
I
still.
don't
Like,
like that.
I
That made
still,
me
think,
nervously.
I feel
I
like
still
it's
think
definitely
Top
fan
Gun with
service.
X-wings would have been the best thing ever. But
Oh,
Really?
dude,
What
Rogue
did you
Squadron would have been killer.
yeah.
There was
don't know,
a
man.
report that Din was supposed to remove his helmet again, and the only reason why it didn't happen was because at the same time of filming season 3 was also the filming The Last of Us. So scheduled.
Yeah, I don't think he was there the whole time.
Ah, right, yeah.
It was the other dudes the whole time, and
Yeah,
he just
he
came in
just
and
did voiceover.
voiced. Yeah,
I don't know. It doesn't feel epic like season 2, so it's not as good. Like, I'll just put it that way. But then again, there's
And-
bad episodes in season 2.
yeah,
So
could part of
I
the
don't
problem
know,
be
man.
that they had those 2 episodes in Book of Boba Fett that should have been in this season?
It just feels very unconnected. Like, it's just kind of jumping all over the place. And there's problems. Like when
Problems
Bo
what? Like
lands
space
and
pirates?
says, "Go save your kid." I'm sorry, Bo. Have you been here? No, you don't even know where Grogu's been. Like, he was with you. I got kidnapped. You have no idea where he is, and you just land and tell me to go save him. Screw you, Bo. Like, what are you talking about?
They all have earpieces like the Avengers, so they can hear exactly what's going on everywhere.
And I don't know.
she
Like,
kind of just abandon Grogu when they all started running? Or did
just
he
all of
just
a
kind
sudden
of,
he was there to save Mando. Like, the rest
or
of them
did he
couldn't
just
save
kind of
Mando,
sneak
but-
off when everyone else wasn't looking?
Hey, how did Grogu go through that door when the door was shut?
No, that's what I'm saying. He just left the rest of the group. They couldn't find
Yeah.
Mando, but Grogu found him. However that works.
He used
Oh,
the
he could use the
Force.
Force. Yeah, there, mind.
The Force. That's right. The Force.
100%.
IG-12, IG-12.
No, IG-11.
Yes,
back
yes,
now.
IG
yes,
11
yes,
now, yeah.
yes.
Yeah, you're right. I'll take. Yeah.
And the fact that,
Yeah,
like,
well,
the whole cloning thing, like, they were setting up somehow Palpatine returned and then just ditched all of it and, like, no, Project Necromancer's yours, Hux.
No,
I'm working on my own thing. I'm cloning myself as a Force user. You guys haven't figured out the whole Force user clone thing, but I have. But you won't
Yeah.
know any of this research. I only did it for myself, and now they're all dead. So back.
Or are they all dead?
no,
Or
this
is
is the
he
thing,
dead?
though. You
That
think
was a clone
about
that died, man. It was a
you
clone.
think about all the infighting with the Empire at that time, right? They're all vying for power.
Yeah.
So why would Moff Gideon be like, "Oh, by the way, I figured it out. Here you go." No,
No, of course.
He doesn't want
No,
the fucking
I
Emperor back.
see that. But like, we were like leading up to Snoke or the Emperor in previous little
Yeah, we still are.
little hints of things. And then it was just completely gone. Nope, Moff's just doing his own thing.
No, man, we're far. We said this earlier on. We're far too
Yeah,
early.
there's
for
just that
Snoke,
many people
right?
fucking around with
Hey,
Snoke.
what
We're
if-
far too early for Snoke,
he's just
right?
an additional person.
But what if Moff Gideon ends up being Snoke? And the only reason why I say that they're giving him the Lord of the Rings treatment. Remember Gollum? He used to be Smeagol, took the ring, and he changed because of the power. So what happens if Moff Gideon gets his clone who ends up being Snoke because of the Force changes his body or whatever? I don't know. I'm just thinking about.
Why would it have Andy Serkis's voice then?
Because Andy Serkis is awesome.
One way out.
No, I just think it is at this stage, right? I just think it is a case of perfecting the technology to be able to have the end goal, which is Snoke and Palpatine, right? It's still so pertinent to the whole story because it isn't going to be like let's flip the table, right? How would we all feel if all of a sudden it was like, oh, boom, by the way, we can do this all along? No, there has to be a gradual lead up of progression and evolution.
Prototypes upon prototypes upon prototypes.
Correct. You know, the whole thing with Moff Gideon, he's vying for power. He doesn't want to share all the secrets.
And how did we even know that those clones could actually use the Force? He just said they could.
Again, I am convinced that was a clone that they were fighting there. It wasn't the real Moff Gideon, and I don't think the clones are quite up to Force using.
Okay.
You know, they're still early on. Otherwise, he would have been Force using there because that was
exactly. Unless
that's a theory.
Unless it was just a clone and it wasn't
Elvis with the sass.
I'd be okay with that.
I'm okay with that theory. I like that.
Zaki.
If Moff Gideon was actually a clone and it's not the actual Moff Gideon,
Yeah, because the real Moff Gideon's making chicken right
Hashtag
now.
Gideon mustache.
In New Mexico.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If this season has taught me anything, it's that all theories are just stupid because nothing pans out. Like, what do you mean spies? Horns. She has horns. Like, our theories all meant nothing.
Who's to say Thrawn doesn't take that tech to the end? Which I think, to be fair to Mark, I think that's the direction they're heading in.
Well, because they say Thrawn is the heir to the Empire.
Exactly.
I don't think that. I think Thrawn will be like its own cell because I think Thrawn wants to be a leader in his own, not have anything to do with the Emperor.
No, I only say that because they said it in the trailer.
Yeah.
What was?
No. I know. But I don't know if Thrawn's the one that takes Necromancer to make the Emperor again. Like that.
No. I think he's just using the Empire, the actual army, and the. You know, and I feel like that was really more of just to throw down that air, just to give those Timothy Zahn fans that little bit of a tickle of because that who here read Heir to the Empire?
I don't remember it, but I think I did read it.
Oh,
not
so
a fan.
So good, and I know Filoni went and actually spoke with Timothy Zahn before writing Ahsoka. So I'm thinking they're going to, incorporate elements of that into this, which it just feels like, because Chris said it earlier that, the scene where Axe was flying the ship down and it felt like Force Unleashed 2. And it feels like Filoni can take bits and pieces of the best Star Wars media and incorporate it into the show in a new way. And
I think it was an amazing idea.
Yeah, no, there's some cool story arcs out there, and it's nice that he's cherry picking, but I mean he's picking and choosing some good stuff to bring in. Doesn't make it canon, but it pays some respect to it at the same time, though. So I like it. Thrawn is from what's it called, like the unknown regions of space or something like that. What's it called?
His people, the
Chiss.
Yeah, the Chiss.
The Chiss, and
they are it's like whatever the very farthest edges of space. That's where his people came from.
Of the galaxy, yeah. And he joined the Empire just to do threat assessment, correct? Like he wanted to make sure the Emperor's not a threat to his people.
He was a spy the whole time.
He was a spy the whole time. So when Thrawn is introduced in Ahsoka, is he has his mindset changed where he wants to control everything, or is he still like a spy for the Chiss? I don't know. I haven't read all the aftermath books and stuff like that. Like,
I feel like whatever happened with him and Ezra in, when they got sucked away by the space whales could have changed his, he's no longer he's just trying to look out for himself now. It's kind of what I feel like.
okay.
I kind of got the impression in Rebels that he was just kind of about himself during that too. He's just like, hey,
he's like collecting art, and he was, it was, it's a good bad guy. He was a good bad guy.
I like the Rebels version of him much better than I did the Timothy Zahn version because I do not like those books.
Oh,
couldn't hear you, Chris. Is your mic far away? Or?
No, Zach says they literally introduce villains just to kill them off all the time. That's always been Star Wars. Grievous, Dooku, Snoke. He's not wrong.
True.
And they killed off Maul just to bring him back too. So
Filoni brought him back. Wasn't it with Lucas's permission though?
Well, Lucas wanted to bring him back in the sequels too.
Yeah, with him and what's her name,
Darth Talon.
Yeah. Did you guys ever read what that? That's a really cool concept that he had.
Yeah.
I've seen a video on that somewhere. It was there wasn't a lot of plot.
Sorry, folks, had to get a drink.
We're talking about Darth Talon.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I like Twi'leks. Yeah, Twi'leks.
Twi'leks.
See, and Zach says it again. I hate how little screen time the villains get, and all season long we got Moff Gideon, and then he just dies. I'm hoping it's a clone. You know what I mean? And if it's not a clone, I'm gonna be like, well, that was a waste of talent. That was a waste of somebody who's so talented in what he does, because he could have made Moff Gideon look at what he did for Breaking Bad. Mm-hmm. How good he was for that. And so if you guys are gonna waste that, to me that's kind of what messed up the episode for me, like part of the episode. So I'm hoping it is a clone, and if it's not a clone, I'm like, you just wasted really good talent.
I think it is because Giancarlo is so positive in the way that he spoke about this season.
Or that was the real Gideon, and one of his clones comes back.
Yeah, one of two. Yeah,
that was a great picture.
I love that. That's that's the photograph of the entire thing.
I wonder if it's possible that they were, well done, or through a lot of the season when they decided to do the movies and have a Mandoverse movie that pulls shows together, and maybe that made them have to change what was originally intended for the season, and maybe that's why it kind of feels like it's half baked at the end.
Yeah, they had to take some parts of it and put it in a different show, and I can see that.
Like
that would make a lot of sense.
Like all of a sudden they realize what the final chapter is, and they're like, oh shoot, that means we have to go retcon what we were gonna do. Well, let's just edit it this way so that we can get away with it, or something. Like it feels like some production decisions might have been made there that
potentially.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, because Dave Filoni's the one who's directing the movie, so he would have.
No, I know, but what if he didn't know he was directing the movie before they started making the season?
Yeah, what if they said, "Hey, you get a movie like halfway through filming this season"?
Yeah,
I
still
think because it's Filoni and Favreau, it's going to be absolutely fine.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I will say, if that did happen mid-season to tell him he's directing the movie. As much as I'm not gonna say I hated the season, it was just kind of like it just wasn't as good for me because of all the plots and all that stuff. Whatever. At least that was a good pivot with how he did it. I'll give him that.
It's acceptable. Yeah,
100%. I definitely think he pivoted, and he had to make the best story he could to make it make sense for season 4, Ahsoka season 1. I don't think we're gonna get the movie until we get an Ahsoka season 1, season 2, maybe a Mando season 4. Then we'll get the movie.
Well, 2026 is where we're meant to get this movie.
So 3 years, so maybe one more season of because season 2 of Mando was 2 years ago, so 2 years from now would
but
be
we did have COVID in between all that kind of stuff
Yeah.
as well. You know, so it's totally possible they could do another season and have it out in 18 months. So season 4, season 1 of Ahsoka, they could squeeze in a second season of Ahsoka.
I heard a rumor that I think it was Tony Star Wars Sith was saying that they're going to start filming season 4 in the fall.
Yes.
I heard September. September.
That's the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so that's 6 months of filming.
Yeah.
Finished by
Which
March,
takes it to
released
what,
by
March?
November.
Yeah, so potentially we could have season 4 November, December next year.
They put dates on the 3 movies.
Yeah. 2020,
They give
2025.
years,
yeah, 2025 for the Ray one, 2026 for the Mandoverse one, and 2027 for the.
They didn't learn their lesson about putting dates on the movies.
But like
I'm not
on
gonna cancel
stage,
these.
like Kathleen Kennedy said dates. Like when were the dates said?
The dates were announced.
No, I mean like on stage when they said the movies, they actually said dates at the
No,
same time?
not on
it was
stage. No,
after.
and post interviews. Yeah, they've
I'd
released a
prefer-
timeline.
I prefer for them to push it back another year, so instead of 2025, make it
If the
2026.
Ray
Yeah.
movie's supposed to come out in 2025, they would have to have everything written already and already started pre-production.
I
Which is a
think they do.
possibility. They already, if they already, that's a possibility. Is they already have it written. It's just to get Daisy to agree with it. Spend the next 6 months filming, 6 to 8 months filming. Then you have 6 to 8 months of post production. It should be ready by December, Christmas, 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have to rush it a little bit though, but
Well, it's not rushed if it's already written and everything's signed off. You know, honestly,
Sorry.
you look at what they've done with Kenobi, right? Like they knew about that for years, like 4 years. They knew about that for, right? That was all done, and it was like signed off. Like I think with these, I think if they haven't learned their lesson from previous years and previous announcements.
Sorry.
You're good. Then there's going to be some serious backlash and heads are going to roll. So for them to announce these 3 movies, it's a done deal. It's going to happen. They've got storylines, they've got plot, they've got
I'll take
everything.
that bet.
Yeah, no, honestly, dude, I don't think even people who are rolling in it, making these high-end decisions, right? I do not think that they're going to make the same mistake twice. Because if they do,
I don't know. I don't know if all 3 of these movies get made.
oh, they're
Yeah.
getting made. They're getting made.
how
They're-
many movies have they announced already that aren't getting made? I have no faith in movies right now from Lucasfilm.
They didn't.
Because-
Well, here's the thing: they didn't announce the likes of the Rian Johnson trilogy, the Taika Waititi film, all these. They didn't announce it in the same way that they
Yeah.
announced these ones. You know, okay, I get it. Rangers of the New Republic, Rogue Squadron, like these types of shows. Okay, fair enough. But the movies were not announced the way that these ones were announced.
I do think the movies will happen. I don't think it's going to be 25, 26, 27 though. Like it just seems impossible, like an impossible task. Not to
guess
say, they couldn't do it, but
I guess they're gonna have to John Wick it then.
I just prefer a 2026 release.
I
I don't want to wait that long. But
I would prefer it to be a little bit to push it back a year, 26,
Yeah.
27, 28.
I'd be okay with 2026 for the Daisy Ridley, 2027 for the Mando, so we have more time to create another season of Ahsoka, or another season of Mando. So by the time I don't know if the for sure cancellation of Book of Boba Fett, but the chances of him being in the movie, I think it's possible. But we do need story development within all 3 characters in order to create that.
But you also noticed that it was set up for 3 trilogies. They didn't say trilogies. They said
it's
3
weird, right?
films. But even the slide on the screen had 9 logos and 9 times, 9 government.
I think it's
No,
going
that-
to
that's
spread
them just
over course of
expanding.
time.
Yeah.
So we have like
So they took the original
prequels,
timeline.
prequels, the original trilogy, and then sequels were all on that.
Yeah. So like Chris said, they took that timeline, but they've expanded in both directions on it. So they've expanded before and after.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But also like they have to make this movie happen with Daisy Ridley because she didn't want to do another Star Wars. John Boyega, he said he wasn't going to do it, and this is before he said don't Disney Plus me. They say they weren't going to do it. So the amount of work it is to get those actors to do this movie took a lot. So I mean, and Daisy Ridley even said that she was a fan of Star Wars, and so everyone had to be like, okay, I like the script, let's do it. I'm on board.
yeah.
So it took a lot of work to get them to sign on. Well, we don't know about John Boyega for sure, but if we get the official
Daisy
confirmation,
sure,
if we get
I
the
would
official
love to.
confirmation,
I would
then-
love to see John Boyega come back
I
more so
think-
than Daisy Ridley,
I
just because
think
they
it-
get him dirty.
I think it took, or it would have taken a lot for Daisy Ridley to commit, considering all the crap they had to go through when it came to 8 and 9.
Yeah.
She would have wanted assurances. She would have wanted scripts and plots. She would have wanted so many assurances on so many things before she agreed to that. This has not just happened like, oh, it's celebration. Who can we get? Oh, we'll get Daisy more. It's a film. This has been at least a year and a half in discussion. And if you remember way back to Kenobi, which was nearly a year ago now, there was rumours at the time that Daisy Ridley had signed on for another film. So this has been a long time in the making for that one. The other two came completely from left field. But the Daisy Ridley one, there has been rumours for quite some time that she had signed on for a new project. So I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be great. I think they're mending a lot of the things that happened in the sequels through things like Mando. Is it a little bit disappointing? Is it a question of what could have been if they didn't have to do these things through Mando, potentially?
You're right, Shannon.
I need to watch Picard. But here's the thing. They're writing the wrongs of the sequels very, very well. Because to me, things have to make sense. And right now, where we're at, everything makes sense.
How are they righting the wrongs? They were starting to, but now it's not.
No, they are. They're still in process. That's what I'm saying. With the whole cloning thing, I think one of the biggest question was, right, okay, Snoke, who the hell is Snoke? How did he come about? How is Palpatine stuff? Those were the main questions, really. Let's be honest, right? The Project Necromancer with Gideon perfecting this. Well, we don't know if he perfected it, but this technique of cloning, introducing Mr. Kyberphonic.
Dude, how did you
What's up,
know
Jesse?
I popped in? You were like saying introducing as I joined.
I know, right? It was just meant to happen, bro. It was meant to happen.
Weird.
I know, dude. I know.
But he's monitoring your computer, man.
Am I echoing for you guys at all?
No, you're good, man. You're good. You're good. But no, for me, it makes sense. But they have to kick on from here, and they have to continue to build on it. Because if they don't continue to build on the whole cloning thing, then Elvis is completely right. It's pointless. It's completely pointless. Which makes me think that, again, that wasn't Gideon. But who knows?
He didn't have the mustache. Did you guys see that?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Tim mentioned that earlier.
What did you think, Jess?
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Very insightful.
Meh.
I enjoyed it. I just didn't think it was as good as it should have been.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We all liked it.
I
We
mean,
all
I
just
do
wanted a
agree
little
about
bit
the cloning
more.
thing. Everything else I was totally satisfied with. Maybe not Gideon dying. I didn't want him to die.
He didn't die.
And then the cloning stuff.
Apparently,
that
the
was
one
the clone
that
shit.
died was a clone. It wasn't actually Gideon.
Well,
I
done
mean-
the close up on the clones. None of them had mustache, right?
Mm-hmm.
But did he have mustache last
This
week?
entire show, no.
So
He was a clone this entire show.
But here's my other thing too. If it
we
was-
might
if-
be reaching there, but
If it was his
Yeah.
clone, like, so he was creating clones of himself to have the Force.
so that means
So
that
this-
clone should have had the Force.
Exactly. So shouldn't he
Right.
have lived?
Well, they're early on.
Unless it was a
Did not
prototype
use them
clone.
yet.
It was the alpha clone.
Because
Yeah.
if Reva can get
Yeah.
stabbed twice in her whole life, he will survive this explosion.
Yeah, man.
If Darth Maul can survive getting cut in half and falling down a shaft,
Then nobody dies. Like
Oh, he said shaft.
My favorite meme that came out of this episode, though, was the how long do jetpacks last? And the answer is as long as it takes for the plot.
yeah. I think he's dead because the way that they ended the show is like they didn't set anything else up besides him going off.
Oh yeah, no, I said that
Yeah.
earlier. It feels like it could be a series finale if it needed to be. Like they could just.
I'm assuming that that's the end, and then we might not see him again until the movie.
It's possible.
Could be. But then who do you bring in as an antagonist for
I'm telling you,
season
what if he's
4?
Snoke, man?
they're gonna use freaking Gideon Force sensitive Gideon clone as like Jorah Saboth from Heir to the Empire. And I'm gonna
Oh.
shoot myself if that happens.
Because here's my thing too. Doesn't Snoke look like he's been burned?
Yeah.
But didn't
Gideon
the
is
snow
Snoke.
clones look like that in
Because again, give it the Lord of
Rise
the
of
Rings treatment.
Skywalker too?
What if Moff Gideon, right? He isn't dead. He got severely burned. He's in a coma in a Bacta tank, and he wakes up with foreign accent syndrome. There we go.
There we
Andy
go. See?
Serkis.
Exactly.
But Snoke was like
back to make him
big,
sound like
wasn't
Andy
he?
Serkis.
Yeah, he was like
Tall.
7,
He
8
was
feet
pretty.
tall.
He was pretty damn.
Yeah, he's pretty tall.
No, I didn't want it to happen the way it did, but Gideon's dead.
I mean, I haven't watched the sequels that close, but I'm pretty sure Snoke's not black too. So, I mean, there's that.
Well, I mean, you see what burns can do to skin, dude. I mean,
And why would he not still want Beskar? Oh, Chris just broke, dude. Like,
Chris is gone, man.
Chris,
Chris is gone, dude.
Because Gideon's only like half black, you know?
Chris,
He's
turn on your fucking
black
camera.
Hispanic.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
man, he was back to tank, a coma, woke up, foreign accent syndrome, found a chic gold fucking house coat, man. Like, yeah.
And
I'd
some
buy
dope ass
that.
slippers.
Now they're
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know the meme when it's like, it's the guy from The Office, and it's something like Samuel L. Jackson just wanted a purple lightsaber, and all of us are like, it's because he used the dark side and the light side, and there's this whole long story behind why he has a purple lightsaber, and Sam just like, I just wanted a purple one.
Yeah.
Like,
I just
we're
wanted to be able to
doing
see
that.
myself.
We're doing that. We're making Gideon into Snoke now. Come on, stop
Nah,
it.
that's
We're reaching.
not-
We're
he's
reaching
not.
way too
No,
hardcore.
We know, man, but it's fun to talk about these things, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
not when it's wrong.
It's wrong on so many levels, man, but it's fun to talk about it, right? We need to theory. We need something.
Snoke didn't have horns. Gotta have
Let's talk
horns.
about let's talk about the super commandos. I love the fact that we got, new armor that looks like it'll be really easy to make. I mean, it's because it's mainly a flak suit underneath.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
who is it? I've seen it on
With, like,
Instagram.
panels on
Someone's already done one.
Oh, really?
In like a week, someone's done the
Dude, I
helmet.
wouldn't
the
be
armor, the
surprised
that's-
if Galactic
that's a
Armory
bit ridiculous.
because they're all.
They haven't made it, but they've made the STL. Like it's
Yes, yeah.
available.
No,
but I
I've
haven't-
seen someone today. I need to try and pull this up. Someone has friggin' made it. It was on a mannequin in someone's garage.
That
Garage.
armor's
Oh my god.
That armor's fat guy friendly too, because it's just like the chest up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all chest up, and you're wearing a flak. Basically a
Man, you and me are
Mandalorian.
on the
fight suit.
same level, bro. I was thinking exactly the same thing.
I need to get some of that for my Batmando suit.
Mandalorians in general are good for well proportioned gentlemen.
Yes.
Gillette. Oh, now I need to try and find this.
Speaking of which, I unpacked my my skinny clothes box today, and everything fit.
Oh,
Go.
Bravo.
Oh yeah, dude.
We're doing a lot of walking in 2 weeks, dude. So we got you.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I need to try and find this now.
I need to do fun things. With
Although my
people.
skinny clothes are still a size 40 pants, but still that's down from a size 50. So,
Dude, I'd love to be a size 40 again. Swear to God. I'm like 56.
yeah, I got up there.
I have no idea what size of pants I am in your sizes, but over here I'm a 36. But everything's so small made, so it's technically a 40. So I've measured.
So I didn't get
myself.
everyone else's take on it. I'd heard Jesse's now, but I got on late too. So what was everyone's like number out of 10?
I mean, I was underwhelmed with the episode as a whole. If I had to give the episode out of 10, it'd probably be in a 6.5, 7.
Okay.
I'd give it a 7 or 8. Yeah.
I
That's
think I
number.
liked it a little bit more than everybody else did. I'd give it like an 8.5.
Okay.
Chris?
I enjoyed the
7
episode.
7
I'll
8
say.
still fucking
Yeah, it's
awesome.
still good.
I'll still give it. I still give it an 8 because it was an enjoyable episode. Enjoyable.
Yeah, that being
episode.
said,
It just
I watched it
just
3
downplayed.
times.
Yeah, it
3
just
times.
downplayed the entire
Yeah.
season for me.
Chris, IGN gave it a better score than you did.
Yeah.
That's a first. That's a first, dude.
I
I
give it a
said,
9, right?
Like I said, it was
Yeah.
a great episode. It just downplayed the rest of the season for me.
Boy, really some mixed reviews on this.
I would probably have to give.
There was when we watched it too.
Yeah, remember? Yeah.
That
We all
Carter
said the
doesn't
same
like
thing.
it.
Yeah.
I was pretty vocal.
I would give it a solid 7.5.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm right there at like a 7.
What do you
This
give last
episode,
year's
Place
finale?
was just I didn't want Gideon to die,
Same.
and the
Snow
cloning
Bunny.
thing was kind of a letdown. I'll agree.
What would you guys give last season's finale?
It totally
For me, that was
Oh, 10.
that was a 9.5.
oh,
right
last season was definitely a 10.
there. And that's why I think I'm disappointed because they but then how do you follow that up? I don't know.
Yeah, that's really, really hard to follow.
Well, I'm
Unless you
pretty
had,
good. I'm pretty good at erasing past stuff and focus on something and giving it. You know, what I mean, I try not to compare or anything. I try to give it like a whole clean slate. It's just this clean slate just did not go the way I wanted it to be.
What about the season as a whole? Like,
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I like some episodes out of this season. I still think the episodes out of Book of Boba are probably my favorite of Mando, which is weird. But as a season, gosh, I don't know. Is it 2, 3, 1? I feel like it's 2, 3, 1.
2, 3, 1.
yeah.
Yeah. Season 1's good, but yeah, it's got nothing on.
There's season 1's got no big moment other than the introduction of Grogu, and the armor itself being finally revealed.
Well,
after.
season 1 did have the introduction of the live action Darksaber.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
This is the problem, right?
Just in the last few seconds of the season, though.
Mhm.
This is the problem with doing what they've done in season 2, right? Especially with who they've done it with in season 2. You set the bar so high.
Yeah.
You either have to kick on from that and go again, or you do have to do kind of a season 3 and kind of rein the expectation back in a little bit, upset some people, and then go for season 4.
I mean,
Which
all
is
of
exactly
season,
what they're doing.
all of season 2 is hard to top because you brought back Boba Fett, you brought in live action Ahsoka for the first time, and you had fucking Luke
Fennec Shand
Skywalker.
as well.
Yeah,
And they brought in Bo-Katan.
yeah.
That's right.
I
Yeah,
think
a lot of people brought in.
But there's ways around it though. Like you can have such an amazing season, episode 2, and let's say you kind of knew already. Obviously, we have high expectations for season 3 because of season 2, but that's why you make the story really, really good for season 3. Like what we got, we're never gonna get what we got from season 2, right?
No,
but at least make season 3 up to par when it comes to story. We didn't even get that either.
I wouldn't agree entirely with that. Just because, right? I'll tell you my reasoning behind that. We obviously, a lot of us called it, right? We knew what was going to happen. I mean, the amount of times Jesse said, "We're going back to Mandalore. We're going back to Mandalore. We're going back." The amount of times, right? So we knew on a certain level what was going to happen, right? But in terms of the story, how it all happened, like we never knew the ins and outs. We obviously knew about a potential, Imperial presence on Mandalore for even
called
before
that, by
this
the way.
season. Yeah, you did, man. You did.
Yeah.
But
I think I said that in like season 3 or in episode 3.
But I think in terms of the way the whole season unfolded, because it was very Mandalore centric, right? The whole season was about retaking that planet, finding out why there were stories about it being cursed and poisoned and the air wasn't breathable and all that. It was all the Empire. It was all the Empire. Bo-Katan, right? I don't care if this was the Mandalorian season 3. It could be Bo-Katan season 1. I don't care, right? I love that we got so much Bo-Katan. I love her character. I've always loved her character, right? I love that. I'm okay with not getting as much Din Djarin and Grogu. That's fine by me, but it had to be Bo-Katan, and it was.
And the thing about that too, the show is called The Mandalorian, and you can also change that to The Mandalorians.
Yeah, it's not this specific Mandalorian.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a ton of Mandalorians in this, the entire season.
Exactly.
So that's something I definitely agree with too. Is getting more of different people. Oh yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, Grogu's still the Mandalorian. I mean, if he's imprinting on the...
Yeah, no, it's absolutely this story. The Mandalorian is the origin of Grogu.
Him and that little walk of his going into the cantina.
Oh, that was killer, man. Will be. That was so good.
But that walk is his on his way to steal your girl.
Oh yeah, he can have my girl. It's the only one that can have my girl.
Ooh, he finally got his chicken nuggets. I don't know if you guys noticed that. At the bar, he was eating chicken nuggets with Filoni in the background with his Filoni cowboy hat on.
They were pork rinds.
Were they pork rinds?
I love pork rinds, man. I love them. Can't beat pint and pork rinds. It's just classic. What was I going to say there?
Din was kind of an ass to Grogu a lot, though. Like, I don't know. Like when he's looking up at IG-11, an IG unit, he's like, it's not him. And it's just kind of rude. And like when he got IG-12 and like he wanted to riot it, and he's like, no. Like, I don't know. Like he just... And then Grogu.
Now somebody said, I don't know if it's been confirmed, but somebody said that was IG-88's head from Bounty Hunter that was in Empire.
That's pretty cool.
That would be cool.
Small world kind of, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
Well, there were 4 IG-88s.
Who else thought that like a Rebel crew member was going to show up with Zeb in that scene?
I was looking at Zeb.
Expected so much more. The Filoni thing was just distracting.
Yeah, he is.
Looking in the background, I was like,
but you know what? He is an actual character in the show.
I understand.
So I was like, he's a fucking trapper ace or something.
Yeah. So and like he should be with, that guy that that we talked.
But if you listen to the scene, you can even hear him talking in the background.
Yeah.
Speaking of R5, can we just say how much of the goat he was this episode?
Oh yes.
Finally got that bad motivator
about
fix.
The stop motion stuff. I think I liked it. It was distracting.
With the mouse droids and
the mouse droids with the fucking blues and twos, man. Like, so good. So good. And then did you notice like he took off, one of them reversed so hard it fell off the
cliff. He fell off.
Oh, dude. Jesse, I want to get your thoughts on this. Andrew Elvis as well. The dark saber.
He's gone.
Is it gone? Is it getting rebuilt? What's going on?
Well, as of right now, we can only assume that it's gone because we haven't seen them pick anything up, or because even at the end of Last Jedi, we see Rey has the lightsaber. We knew it was going to get put back together.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: we did see them pick up IG-12 that was kind of discarded in the same area because IG-12 becomes. IG-11 or whatever at the end.
I'm just going to assume it's done, but it could change.
Keep in mind that there were 2 major factions. Is that the right term to use? So there were the Children of the Watch and the Night Owls, Death Watch. I don't know, whatever. The other group.
Night Owls, Death Watch, both.
And one believed in the dark saber and you need it to rule, and the other group didn't need that. And it's like kind of metaphorical, like we don't need this to join us together. Like if anything, we need to not have it to join us together.
And Elvis, I don't know if you were here when we were talking about earlier. Did you notice that they changed the creed at the end when Paz Vizsla's son was taking it?
No, I didn't.
He didn't mention the I will not remove my helmet.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
really?
they've taken that out, and I think that's cool.
That is
Yeah.
kind of cool.
And that's
Yeah,
what I was
And
saying
maybe
earlier,
that's what
too.
this is all about. It's about the Night Owls dropping this pretense of we need the Darksaber, and the Children of the Light dropping this pretense of we got to keep our helmets on, and let's all be Mandos together.
Yeah, I even
Yeah.
said it earlier. Like, at the very end, they looked at Bo-Katan. You are the leader of Mandalore, and you don't need the Darksaber to do that. And so they all looked up to her for that, and they let her ignite the forge. So I mean,
So is that her song? Has it been sung? So Din doesn't have to like worry about her
Yeah,
anymore?
he's done. Yeah, her song's been sung now.
And the whole him adopting
gonna make her sing another
Grogu thing,
song now.
I've just always assumed that he adopted him long ass time ago. So that scene meant nothing to me. I'm like, oh, you're adopting
Yeah,
him
'cause
now? Like
she-
you didn't already?
Yeah, but just
Bo was
saying it,
calling him your dad.
Yeah.
it gives
I
you a
thought-
little.
I thought he was gonna talk right there and say something.
Absolutely hate Din Grogu, by the way.
I
better
like
than
Din
Grogu
Grogu, but
Jaren.
is Din Djarin the only one that does that whole Asian last name first?
I don't
Because
get it.
Paz Vizsla doesn't do it.
Yeah,
And
Kreese
he's also in
doesn't
the
do
Children
it.
of the Light. Bo-Katan Kreese doesn't do it. Axe Woves doesn't do it. So that was a little bit off-putting. But it's
Well,
Din Grogu is better than Grogu Djarin.
I wonder if it's because of where Din came from, because he wasn't Mandalorian.
That might be exactly
Maybe
it.
it's
Yeah, they're like Bajorans.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
stop bringing Star Trek up, dude. It ain't
Without
gonna work.
the little fucking thing on
You're
there.
trying so hard, Matt. You're trying so hard to.
It was a fun season.
It was. I mean, overall, I think I would give it a solid 7 overall.
yeah.
Season
I'd say
2
that.
being like a 12, right? But
Yeah.
season 1 being like an 8. This is a 7 for me.
I enjoyed season
Again,
1 more than season
if
3.
you put the Boba Fett episodes into this season, it's really competing close to me with season 2.
I've always said it, man. I always thought that particular episode was so misplaced.
Which one?
Yeah.
It's the best episode.
It is. It was so misplaced. The one with Luke and
The first time we
Ahsoka
see
and,
Mando in Book of Boba.
Yeah.
it
That should have been like its own like standalone in between thing between seasons of Mando,
Yeah.
just so we can have like a little bit of hey, here's a little surprise for you.
It should have been episode 1 of season 3.
If the compromise is we don't want to bring Luke into the season at all, let's figure out a different way, then I understand that compromise.
But it makes more sense to have him at the start of season 3 than it does to have him in Book of Boba.
But do you compare the next 7 episodes to the one with Luke in it? You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I'm just playing devil's advocate. Like maybe they didn't want to have to match the epicness of Luke in
Well,
every episode,
Here's the thing, right? We talk about comparing season 2 to season 3 because we had the big thing with Luke at the end of season 2. So do you compare the next 7 episodes because Luke's in episode 1? Or do you put him in episode 1 so there's not really any comparison between season 2 and season 3?
That's a good point too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, but
well,
you
of
couldn't.
course it's better than 2 because we had Luke. Well, we had Luke in episode 1 of 3. Oh yeah,
Exactly.
great. Yeah, I could
Yeah.
see that.
And it
argument.
was Luke with Ahsoka, Luke with Anakin's Padawan.
Yeah, but that
That's-
made Book of Boba Fett better.
It really did.
Yeah, but also we can't
know,
even
Book of
add
Boba Fett
those
wasn't crap
those
about
2 episodes from Book of Boba into season 3 just because he gets reunited with Grogu in the last episode or second to last episode of Book of Boba during the so-called war.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's that.
You
again,
kind of
that-
had to put him in there, but at the same time, you
Yeah.
didn't have to.
Yeah, but it's one of those ones, isn't it, where it's like, okay, it wasn't a full episode, but at the same time, you take those parts that are so pertinent to Mando as a series, and you just don't put them into Book of Boba. Why did you put them into Book of Boba? Like, it totally detracted from that whole entire series. There was no point for me. It was about Boba Fett. It
We
wasn't
had to
about
get
Grogu.
Mando in to help, but
Well, but you could have done that with a myriad of other characters.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's true.
It didn't have to be Mando to do it. But I understand it was more of a, because that was the beginnings of kind of creating this world, this Mando-verse. That
Yeah.
goes
They could have just
between
done it with
shows.
the Marshal seems so he's on Tatooine. Like, I mean, it could have
Yeah.
just been that.
They could have just had like the whole started the season off with Grogu training with Luke realizing he doesn't want to be there and be like, hey, here's your choice. And then at the end of the episode, have him fly off in the X-Wing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get the F out.
Here's a question as well regarding Book of Boba, right? Because we get the post-credit scene last episode of Cobb Vanth in the Bacta tank, right? People are saying, "Oh, Book of Boba season 2 is scrapped." What do they do with that? What do they do with his character? Do they bring him back into Mando to lead off of that?
I want to see a
mean-
Boba season 2.
Anything. They could
Yeah.
do anything with it, and I'll like it.
Yeah, yeah.
And they need to stop making him like a crime boss and have him just be a badass like he was in season 2 of Mando again.
Like if he's reading the newspaper and playing Sudoku, I don't care. Just give me something. Like anything over that first season.
And I'd love to see more of
Well, at the very end, it said he was like not doing that anymore. Like he wasn't gonna control the town or whatever,
Yeah, he was getting ready to kind of go back to doing what he
pointless.
did. As much as I hated Book of Boba Fett, I did love the Tusken Raider stuff part of it.
That was the coolest aspect of it. The first two episodes were great.
And it gave us the whole Luke stuff, the Luke and Grogu and Din stuff. But yeah, I mean, I felt like that again was setting up for a bigger universe.
Yeah.
But maybe not another Book of Boba Fett so much as Boba Fett comes in as a character in these other shows.
Yeah.
I think he is better as a side character. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll be in the movie.
Oh, for
Do
sure.
we so the Pike crime syndicate, they had dealings with Crimson Dawn, did they not?
Yes.
They did.
Yes.
I'd like to explore that. Give me some Darth Maul. Let's just say it. Come on.
Well,
Well,
Maul-
Maul-
Great
Yes.
Mark
Yes.
Hamill,
Yes.
Now.
baggage.
Right? Yeah. But if we went back
I
like
just don't
solo timeline, yeah.
I'd
I
love
think
to see
the
it.
dark sabers are going to hurt some suppliers. I don't think so. I think the dark saber's so unique.
Yeah.
I still need to get a Darksaber. I want one.
I was
Dude,
getting
honest-
one, and then after that,
Just because all got destroyed doesn't mean that it's not popular anymore. Like,
Jim Fulcrum, he was going to send me a dark saber, and after I watched the episode, I called him up and I was like, "Hey, let's not do that anymore."
no one anymore now it's gone?
Well, I have one on display. That's good enough for me.
I can break this one. It's the Disney version. I'm going to bend it in half. And
Yeah, man. Just honestly get the blade out of that thing, heat it up.
Hit it with a hammer.
all right. Just
Flatten
it
the
up.
center.
Yep.
Put a little blue LED inside so it looks
I mean,
like it broke.
shit, how many-
on the show.
There's a lot of sabers that I have that probably got broken. Yeah, Anakin's in episode 2. Does that make people not want that saber anymore?
Oh, that's one of my favorites. I love
I
that
actually
one.
still want one. After I got to see Sam's, I'm like, oh, I want one.
I dropped mine at the
Oh.
celebration.
I remember that. I'm actually gonna pick one Xeno 3 of that one.
Do it.
Wait, what?
The one that Sam has.
Yeah.
The technical
Well, Carter ordered one, and he ordered it like 2 weeks ago, and it still hasn't shipped yet.
Oh yeah, he was talking about that on his stream today.
Who do you get it from?
Oh, really?
I got a TXQ in 7 days from AliExpress.
Did it come?
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, mine is en route.
What's in that? Is that Profi or is it Xeno?
It's Profi.
Yeah.
Yeah, because TXQ doesn't do Xeno. TXQ.
TXQ,
SM
they have
Pixel.
the SM Pixel.
I ordered the same saber through Starlight Saber services, and I hope it's there next week when we see Sebastian, because that'd be awesome.
True. I mean, yeah,
Next week?
I got this in 7 days,
Oh,
straight from AliExpress.
I forget. I'm going to California next week, and then coming home for 48 hours, and then going back to California.
That's how you do it.
Why?
It's
that
a
happen
work thing. I'm winning an award at work, and they're flying us out on a
Oh, nice, man.
resort thing.
Congratulations.
Nice.
And
I didn't know
California is
about that
easy.
when I planned the Star Wars night for May the 4th. So we planned it all, and then I got the news about the award, and I'm like, oh, shoot. I could have just stayed there for 2 more days and just stayed through the entire time.
One of my favorites is literally wrote.
I got 2 Xeno V3s now. Check it out.
Did you?
Oh, did that
I
come?
didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I remember you
Here's
said
mine.
Yeah, this is the new Tuca weathered one.
I like that grip a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do aluminum black on the rest of it and really weather it up. But yeah, it's cool.
What you holding there, Jess? You got the new TXQ one, and
Yeah, look at that difference. But you're able to take down You could get it pretty bright with steel wool, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it in the guy's video. He gets it like pretty close to this one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'll try it.
Because this is really dark right now.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything yet. I'm waiting for them to post the video about it.
Yeah, I would do exactly the same when mine comes through as well.
I think the dark
Hopefully.
is cool. I know it's not right. That's the only thing that bugs me.
I mean, we don't really know
What version is it supposed to be?
what the Boba Fett
Okay.
felt really good, and then when he's like fighting, he's holding it all. So I don't know. I have to go back and look at when he's not fighting, but when he's like swinging it from.
Yeah, Xeno.
I agree with Zach on
I'm
this.
with you
Yeah.
there, Zach.
Yep.
So
Yes.
how would you say Xeno 3? How would you say Xeno 3 is now compared to Prophet?
Well, it's sick because it's got accent swings and stuff. Like it's
Yeah.
definitely loads better. Don't get Xeno
Yeah.
2 anymore. Get Xeno 3. But
The Preons are coming soon.
yeah,
In
you're
an
talking about that?
update. Yeah, they're coming shortly in an update. They're already pre-coded to be recognized. They're just not there yet.
Sick. Good.
To which my question was, then why did you release Xeno 3 so soon and not?
Yeah.
Well, that's the beauty of Xeno 3 is it's future proofed. You can just upgrade.
Yeah.
You know,
Just
I'm
update
okay
it,
with that.
update it.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you can update it through the app.
Yeah.
that's the
Has
only
anybody
thing I'm
played
excited
around with the
about.
app? Is it?
Well, the app's good, right? But Jesse and
Oh,
I were
move the
messing
fucking
around.
sabers.
Yeah, we were messing
Or the
around with the
phone.
app with the Dooku, right? And if you even move, like once you
You
connect
can't hold it.
Mine was terrible, and
Yeah.
John,
Oh,
the
you
collector's
can't.
outpost, told me to reboot my phone and try again. So I did. So I'm right here. It would disconnect if I moved the tiniest little
Yep.
bit,
Same.
or even if I put my hand between the phone and the saber, it would disconnect. If I picked up my phone, it would disconnect. So I rebooted the phone. Doesn't disconnect anymore.
Oh, really?
I'm going to try that right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
what little bit I messed with
in
it.
fact, when I
didn't have any
open the
problems
app,
with
it just automatically connects to the saber now. Like I don't even have to go
Yeah.
click on it. So yeah, it's
You can move the saber around and everything and still use the
Yeah.
app? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
so I don't know what rebooting the phone did, but it worked 1,000 times better after that. And I did the reboot where on an iPhone, like if you do volume up, volume down, and then hold the power button, I did that type of reboot.
Mhm.
I put the
Sam, you got my lightsaber?
I do, yeah, it's back there.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
grab it. I'll grab it.
Which
I'll put
lightsaber is
the-
that?
I'll put the Fallen V2 blade plug into the Dooku.
That looks nice.
I like
Yeah,
it.
right.
I don't like it.
Ah.
Looks a little weird.
Yeah. I left my saber tray there. Mainly because he wanted to review it, and I didn't feel like going through TSA with it again. Best sounding saber there, dude.
That's very true.
Oh, it is.
Better than a Vectra?
Oh, yeah.
No, well, he doesn't have the Vector anymore.
No,
Okay.
but I would
Best sounding
say,
saber in the room. You're saying?
but I know, honestly, right, I would say that this sounds better than my old Vectra.
No.
So Sam, I'd like to review that next.
The best
If you would just send it to me when you're
Yes.
done with
You need to ask this guy.
it.
I just love all the detail on it. It is absolutely gorgeous.
By the way, I hate making YouTube videos. I've decided. Like I tried making one today. We'll see if it turns out. But if anyone, if I know you and I trust you even in the slightest, let me know if you want to bum a saber for a video. I will absolutely send it to you. Saber Trio, the Vendari, whatever you want, just hit me up and I'll send it to you. You can make a video.
Dude,
on it.
which one you want of mine, dude?
I would love to get my hands on a Vendari.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Dude, it's great. I got to mess with Stonies. It's great.
Yeah, it's good. I really like that, actually. You don't have the Vectra. No, did I sold my Vectra?
Yeah, show it to
It
you
was
sold it
probably
to Sheena, didn't you?
Oh no, it was CFX.
CFX.
Like my CFX though?
What's that?
Exactly like my CFX.
I love this one purely for the emitter.
Yeah.
It looks cool. I mean, obviously the acid etching's awesome, but I mean the emitter on the what is it, the Vulcan or Vulcan?
Yeah.
Captain Vulcan, yeah.
Jesse, how'd you put it into deep sleep?
Honest Jawa, no. Hold down auxiliary. Just hold it.
Just hold it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Keep-
like 15 seconds or something really long, I think.
Selection.
Is the sound on the Verndari better?
Don't worry,
than the
Zach, I still have
Saber
it
in your
back there.
opinion?
It's good.
I would say it's maybe slightly better than my Vectra, to be honest with you, but it's nowhere near as good as this.
No, dude. No.
Yeah,
Don't-
honestly.
Don't listen to Sam.
Sam's absolutely right.
No, dude, I'm being honest, man. Like my Vectra, it sounded great, but when Stoney gave me the Verndari, I was like, "Yo, this is really up there."
Well, I have them both right here. I can give you a sound check.
Oh, we're pulling out sabers. Hold on.
Ah, shit.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
You gotta let
What are we pulling out again?
Fair.
I'm trying to add Brian to the stream, but I fucking forgot that I'm on fucking poverty spec.
Can you not have more than 6?
No.
I gotta leave soon, anyways. Actually, I should probably go now because I just got a notification. I have to work.
Do you
I
really?
was hoping I was gonna get called off, and I didn't.
I mean, you
How do you change the volume on Golden Harvest? Upside down and twist, or
ask her.
That's Carl.
But if you want, I'll jump off that way. Yeah,
I mean, I'm about to get dinner in a minute. So.
because I gotta shower.
I'll
Now.
hop off.
I was hoping I'd be off.
Okay, guys. Before you go, Chris.
Love that boot.
Before you go, dude. Out of 10, how is this season for you?
7.
my wife opens the door, she just says loud.
Loud.
There's your review.
I don't know, man. I still think the Vectra's got it.
Yeah.
It is a really good sound out of the Vendari, though.
Is your Vector 28 or 22?
22?
Oh, dude.
So Elvis, that's your next YouTube video right there. It's just Vendari review, and it says Elvis's wife in quotations, loud.
Loud. Yeah. It was the Vectra she was talking about, though.
Well, that's fucked then.
Yeah, dude, I give it a 7. Honestly, I enjoyed season 1 more than 3.
Damn.
Okay, fair enough.
And the only reason why is like, again, I did have higher expectations for season 3, but season 1 was something brand new. I didn't like the sequels, so to have something brand new in Star Wars was really cool. So that's the only reason why I like it more.
Fair.
That's
Valid.
fair. That is fair, yeah. Completely
But-
fair.
I'll catch you guys later.
Peace
Thank
out,
you
bro.
for your
Guys.
time, dude.
Take it easy,
Of
man.
course, you
Mwah.
later, guys.
See, dude.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen, Pet. One goes and another one joins, Brian.
Oh, hello there, Brian.
Man, he didn't have to leave. I was trying to say.
Yeah, you did.
Honestly, I completely
Well, I
forgot
mean, you did, I
that
guess.
Only 6
the
people.
entry-level StreamYard gives you 6 people, so that's my bad.
Yeah.
So kind of lost in all of this season for me was just the fact that Jar Jar Binks made his return, and we found out who rescued Grogu, and that was tight. And we see again more live action clones, which I love.
Mhm.
But it I don't know, it just kind of felt lost in this season.
I mean, it was a flashback.
And this show loves its flashbacks.
I don't know. That just to me it felt more like it was just fan service to Ahmad Best than it was really.
I'm fine with that.
Everybody's been wanting to see that, though. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, who, what, when.
yeah, like it's because realistically, we don't know that character. You know what I mean? Like to the normal world, like, so it's better than having like some like Jedi we already know, because then it would just make the world feel too small again.
So they bring in the Jedi that hosted the kids
Why did they save Grogu,
challenge
though?
game.
Sorry, what?
Why did they save Grogu, though?
Why did they save Grogu?
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
'cause
Will
they're
they
trying-
explain that
They were
further?
trying to save a lot of younglings, but none of them survived. He was the only one.
And
That's
But
what-
how did he know that? The door opened. He took him. I mean, it's not like it's like, hello, any survivors left?
Took him.
Like,
And then took
Well,
him
because by
into
the
Jar
time
Jar's
elevator,
ship.
there were still more clones showing up, so he had to.
Yeah, the Naboo troopers were like, "Well, where's everybody else?" And Kelleran says, "This is it."
That's all he could get because he was getting,
But did he check? Just saying.
Well, I think those other Jedi were supposed to put them in the elevator, and none of them survived.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those other Jedi
was
were
probably
supposed
like
to go with him.
I mean, he left Reva dying on the floor, so.
Well, I mean, you know how big that temple is? There's probably a lot of people trying to save the kids at once. Could have been a totally different spot. Had to have been because Anakin wasn't there.
Yeah,
Honestly,
it
if
just
you
shows
stab a
how
kid in the
many-
chest,
how
do
many
you
fucking
really expect it
clones
to
were there,
live?
too.
I'm just saying, why did Grogu survive and no one else did?
Plot
Like, is
armor?
that significant for some reason?
I mean, you know what? We just probably haven't seen it yet. I mean, Reva
Right.
survived.
Yep.
Because that's Yoda and Yaddle's
Yeah, I
kid,
think
man.
that we're finding out that a hell of a lot more Jedi survived than we originally thought. When Yoda said, "You'll be the last of the Jedi," he was straight up lying to Luke.
Well, maybe he didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, what other Jedi are there?
At
Sorry, guys.
that point, I mean, Ahsoka was still around, wasn't
She's
she?
not a Jedi.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
true.
no.
That's
Right?
true. Technicality, but that's true.
I'd love to see something with like Quaylen Voss or
Mhm.
Yeah, Quinlan would be awesome.
like they could make a whole series out of that Jedi Underground Railroad thing, what it was called, the Path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I bet it was supposed to be much bigger. And I bet, back when Kenobi was a 3, sequel or a trilogy.
Film. Yeah.
I bet we would have gotten Quaylen and more of the Path and stuff like
That
that.
would have been crazy. 3
Yeah.
movies about Obi-Wan.
I would have liked
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I
would
would
love
have
to
done
see
it.
I
more
would
of,
have too. That's crazy to think about. Like he already got fucking plenty of movies, but
What was the actor's name? O'Shea Jackson? Ice Cube's kid?
Yeah.
I would have loved
Uh,
to see more of him.
yeah, he was
Well,
cool.
Rufus? No, what was his
Yeah,
name?
something like that. Yeah.
Rafi?
That was you this time, not me.
Oh man, what were your overall thoughts, Brian, on the whole series? Favorite moments?
Oh man, it was. I agree with Chris. I liked season 1 more than I did season 3, but
Ooh. I didn't expect someone to second that already.
yeah. Oh, you switched. I thought somebody left. I was like, oh, somebody.
No, just switch. Man.
Oh.
I don't know. Favorite moment?
Yeah, Sam likes to be sandwiched between us all.
Yeah, he does. He just wanted to be over top of Jesse. I mean, I get it. Oh,
Funny,
it's gonna be
the funny
absolutely
thing is,
upside down pineapples over here.
the funny thing is, like I totally forgot that I could do this. I'm just screwing around.
Making me dizzy. I don't know, man. I did get really hyped up when I saw the Mythosaur.
Yeah.
The first time
Yeah.
because I wasn't expecting it.
I still think 2, 3, 1 Sir Peanut Butter.
2,
2, 3,
Yeah.
1 for me too.
I had-
That's
2, 3, 1.
1.
2, 3,
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
I'm 2-1-3.
What was it about season
Sounds
1?
like we're all-
What moments of season 1 do you think make it better than 3?
It was the Darksaber
I
and
don't
the
know,
introduction
man.
of Grogu. That was
Last
The
second.
dark saber, he
Yeah.
cuts out of a TIE fighter.
the very end.
Yeah, that tease is like
That's
what
it's
got-
the introduction. The
We see the
armor.
dark saber so much in season 3. Would that make it better?
No.
Yes, it would.
I mean, we got a mod best.
No, but I like
Jack
season 3
Black.
better than that.
Yeah, we can Jack Black.
Zeb.
Okay, Jack
Zeb?
Black takes us down under season 1 for me.
I was more excited about Zeb than the dark saber. Just saying.
We
Like,
get Zeb, we get the Mythosaur,
Zeb
we
was
get
cool.
the rescue of Grogu,
Mhm.
we get Super Commandos, we get the return of Moff Gideon in his own powered Mando armor.
That was fucking too.
It's so much better than season 1.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that season 3 didn't have high points.
But what were the
I
high
just
points
feel
of
like
one?
the high points of one was it was all new, it was all fresh, and everything was
For sure, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
everything
I
was
feel
like
you there.
surprising. You didn't know what to expect. The next
Yeah, nobody
episode.
thought
Yeah.
that first
because everybody
episode
was like losing faith in Star Wars at that time too.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
season one
And
was
that-
solid all the way through.
and I've rewatched season one. I don't know how many times, and still am like, yes, it's the best Star Wars out there right now. Like
It really
love it.
is. I mean, each episode is good. It's a good season, but I like 3 better.
Yet 3 just seemed like it was written by someone else. Like I don't know, just kind of it just
Or
didn't have
written
the
by
same
like 3
flow.
someone else's.
Yeah,
Oh,
and Favreau didn't
Well, the
direct
stories
anything this
are-
time. That was weird.
They're more involved with Star Wars now because it's progressed. You know, where season 1, it's just very.
Yeah, season 1 they were doing their own.
They don't
fucking
really
thing.
cover a lot of like cool things that we already knew. It was kind of just all new.
I think season 1 was pretty much a shot in the dark just to see if a show would actually work.
Yeah,
Just like
I think
Iron
he's
Man.
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think you're right, Matt.
I don't think anybody realized just how big it was going to be. And
yeah,
that first episode broke the freaking internet when Grogu showed up.
Mhm.
right.
That was the meme for like the next few months.
Mhm.
It's still a meme. What are you talking about?
Yeah, not so much anymore, but yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a meme, like very overshared.
My mother
But
still
you-
sends me Grogu memes.
I
Yeah,
don't see that much.
I don't know.
I see
Season
him all the
one was-
time.
I don't know. I have a really soft spot for season 1. You got
I can do
IG-88
that.
Part 2, the Baby Yoda, which was what we were thinking at the first time. Sandcrawler
Mhm.
attack. We got to see the disintegrations of those nasty little Jawas.
That was
Um,
cool.
Golden creatures.
And the
What's up, Cole?
confusion of seeing a Mandalorian culture that was not the Mandalorian culture we knew. And they didn't
Yeah,
right.
explain that until the second season when he meets the Night Owls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a
mean,
question for
I don't know,
Cole.
it's just all bad, all
Oh,
awesome.
boy.
I mean, badass. Oh yeah. What's up, Cole?
Cole,
Do you
are
see
we
through the size of the
disappointed
Jedi?
that Casca Reeves was not the spy? He was convinced Casca
Dude,
Reeves.
I was
What was he saying? Snoop Dogg's
so
niece
many-
the whole time?
Yeah.
Like so many people were convinced, including like when I really thought about it, I'm like, because I thought it was like the armorer, and then Jesse was like, no, dude, it can't be. And I'm like, okay, the more I think about this, it probably isn't. So who could it be? And I'm like, you know what? It's
That's
Casca
right.
Reeves.
I told you guys you were wrong, and I'm right.
Yeah.
So there.
Then you switch. Then you switch, and you're like, you know what? I think you guys are right because you watched the video.
No, I said, oh, I hope I'm not going to have to eat crow on this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we all did. Yeah.
I still think she's sus as fuck though.
No,
For real.
she's
No,
not.
she's just got one of those faces, man. Like,
Yeah, she's just.
One of those faces. We've seen her face.
If she's not like sus, then she's that chick from the Clone Wars that was like whoever. She was one of the main people with Maul, and she's just kind of reformed.
Well, yeah, because what was it?
Like she might be a Maul loyalist? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Or maybe she
Or-
was not anymore because she said
Yeah.
Death Watch is gone. Like it's just
Yeah.
the watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was very matter of fact about that too. That's one of the reasons why I thought, oh, she's sus. Also, feel like my theory of they were cloning Maul would have been a better storyline. Just saying. It was complete
Anything
crap,
with
but I
Maul
was
would
like,
have
that's
been-
actually pretty cool.
Anything with Maul would have been awesome. But
Yeah,
Oh,
Ray
no,
Park
that's
had a little
yawn.
bit of a
Ooh.
breakdown a few months ago, so
yeah, poor guy.
yeah.
He'll be
Snoop
good,
Dogg's
man.
cousin was robbed. For show.
I don't know. For shizzle dizzle. I'm trying to think what I'm trying to think what the best moment out of this entire season was for me. And honestly, I think the fact that we got Zeb was probably the best moment. Which pains me to say because it's really got nothing to do with anything. It's a complete cameo. but just getting him live action.
Yeah,
And he
I
looks so
like-
good.
How
He
much
looked
does everybody
so
love
good.
Rebels though? So just seeing someone from Rebels live action for the first time.
Oh yeah,
I mean-
Rebels is my favorite Star Wars show.
Oh, mine too.
yeah.
I'm not discounting that moment at all. I loved that moment, but when Grogu had to go get Bo, and he's like, "Get Bo-Katan," and Grogu had his little adventure trying to get out, and I was so caught up in that moment. That episode was fire. For me.
That was really good.
Yeah, it
too.
was.
Yeah.
Have y'all
I
seen
like
the
that a
cut
little
where
better
they
than
cut
Double.
that to the holding on to a hero sound? It's really good. Really good.
Yeah, that was.
Because the way they were setting it up was like Bo was going to be a complete antagonist, right? That's the way it was set
Yeah.
up. Like,
And they flipped the switch on that
and they
real quick.
flipped it 180, and it was completely different. It was her season.
Yeah, because
was
she
hard.
was a total bitch that first episode, and then
Oh yeah.
Then she's like, "Oh no, where's Din? What happened?" And then she's there the
Boom.
whole rest of the
oh,
season.
she was throwing the toys out the pram. Like she was like proper, like yeah.
Yeah, and maybe this season really was about just kind of smashing what our expectations were for this show, and it's a reset. You know, it's a reset as we move forward into whatever this is becoming.
It could also be a gentle reminder of, by the way, folks, we're in charge of this, not you. It's
Yeah.
Star Wars content. Which I think, if I'm honest, for some people who have been quite extreme in the fandom,
Like Star Wars theory. What are you talking about?
he's been a little bit extreme.
See, a little upset he didn't get invited to Celebration.
Me too. I'm a Star Wars YouTuber. God damn it! Why didn't I get
I'm
in?
Come on, man.
pissed.
Where's my ticket?
I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, we had to buy them. So I don't know what he's talking about. Like, yeah, I know, like
Star Wars
he's
Theory
got, like,
did a video where he was waiting at the airport for his tickets to arrive from Lucasfilm.
oh,
They
it's
didn't
so
send him
funny.
any tickets to
Yeah,
go
I don't
to
know
Celebration.
him.
They are
Don't
not
get-
going to
don't-
send him tickets.
Don't get me wrong, like,
They
He's
sued
some
him.
ve-
Like,
he's-
why would they send him tickets?
he had some very, very valid points, right? But at the same time, like, yeah, quite extreme. But I think that's the reason as to maybe why it's been a gentle reminder of, by the way, you know, we are in charge of this. And I think some people do need to be reminded of that. You know, it's not all about, let's be honest, what the fans want, because at the end of the day, it's a business and they have to figure out ways of keeping it going,
Yeah.
you know?
But
and
see,
if
like,
everything's so definitive, that's not going to happen. Sorry, Brian, go ahead.
No, that's all right. I was just going to play off of what you said there. If it's a business and they want to keep it going, best business model is to make the customer happy.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like it's not like,
Their customer now, though, it stretches generations. You get
Yeah.
the old school dudes that hate the sequels. You've got the sequel people that's all they're about is Rey and the Force is feminine and they're trying to appease everybody. And the only thing that appeases everybody is Baby Yoda. I mean,
Yeah.
You know, what would appease everybody?
Nobody
is
hates Baby Yoda.
some
I know
old
people
public.
who absolutely hate Star Wars and love Grogu.
Yes, yes.
I know people who have never watched Star Wars a day in their life, right? I have been called some pretty bad names by some people that I know because I'm a Star Wars fan. And they watch The Mandalorian, and all of a sudden, they're talking to me about Rebels. They're talking to me about Clone Wars, the prequels, the OTs, the sequels, what's coming next, what's going on with this. They're like properly invested now, you know? And I'm like, yep, you finally got it. You finally understand, you know? But that's the thing, Brian, is the
Welcome
customer
aboard.
base is the customer. Welcome aboard, guys.
Bitches. No, I'm just
Welcome
kidding.
to hell. The customer base is so broad now. It goes back to the old saying, you can't keep everyone happy.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, at the end of the day, we are in an age now. If you told me when I was 15 years old, right, when Revenge of the Sith came out, and as far as we were concerned, that was it. That's it, done. There's nothing else. If you told me, dude, when you're in your mid-30s, there's going to be so much Star Wars content. There's going to be new shows.
You're going to be able to pilot the Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
I mean,
if you told me that, I'd have thought you were on crack, right? Honest to God.
You're going to have lightsabers that look like they do in the movies.
Exactly.
Yes,
If someone told me when I was 15 years old, I could have Count Dooku's lightsaber, and it actually looks like it could be from the film set in terms of proportions, and it's not like huge.
And it sounds like it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have that crappy plastic extendable blade.
Right.
Mhm.
I would have told you to, shut the F up. We're peak Star Wars.
Yep.
Like, and a lot of people need to remember that. Like, we are peak Star Wars. Like, would you like to go back to a time where we get nothing? Nothing at all.
I'm so old that I remember when Return of the Jedi ended and we thought that was it. And it was 10 years before we had anything. We had books,
Yeah.
but that was it.
Exactly.
So,
people, I think people need to be a bit more appreciative of
every
what we
year
have.
we get several new Star Wars properties, we should be very, very pleased with this.
You guys all
Yeah.
know I'm not the biggest fan of the sequels. I understand what they're going for. The actors,
But you love the sequels.
they-
You told me the other day.
lying. Like, the actors, they did great with what they had. Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, who was Rob, Adam Driver, all did fantastic. I don't particularly care much for the sequels, but I got plenty of other stuff that I can love, and I do love. So,
Yep.
not everything is going to appeal to me. Just like some Harry Potter fans might not like something that happened, or some Star Trek people might not like what happened in Picard. Getting back to that, but we still got plenty of other stuff we can watch and go back to.
This is the thing. And going off of what Cole says here, I think it's very important. I think too many people are so guilty, I've done it in the past, of going into something with an expectation.
Yeah.
I didn't go into Kenobi with any expectation. I just wanted to take it in, see what happened, and enjoy it. And I friggin' loved Kenobi. And people were still moaning about it. Like, get a grip. Get a friggin' grip. Like, come on.
Kenobi was top tier.
Oh, Kenobi was god tier. I loved it. Everything was great.
Kenobi's good.
Jesse.
Did the last fight between Obi-Wan and Vader get a little Dragon Ball Z? Yeah, but it was awesome.
Yeah.
That was the best part. Yeah.
Like, honestly, people need to be a bit more appreciative. Okay, is everyone going to like everything? No. But does everyone always like everything? No. That's life. Get over it.
But will I always like everything Star Wars? Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
There's going to be a range in there. I like this more than that, but I'm going to watch every single thing that they feed me, and I'm going to love it. And
For the longest time, I
I will
refused to
be
watch Rebels.
unabashedly unapologetic about it.
For the longest time, I refused to watch Rebels because I thought it was just some kid bullcrap. And then I
was
finally
the
decided
same
I was
way.
going to watch it, and I was like, "This is the greatest thing ever." And then
Yeah.
I'm crying when Kanan
I
sacrifices
was
himself
so
to save
disappointed
everybody.
that I waited that long. I binged
So was I.
it. It was, incredible.
Getting back to Kanan, I was thinking about this earlier today. If Hera would have gotten her ass in that damn ship and let Sabine leave, Kanan wouldn't have to push them all away, and he could have lived. Grogu did it.
But he
Kanan
couldn't
could have
live.
done
He
it.
needed to die. We needed that moment, man. We needed that moment.
Yeah, I know.
Ezra
Danny?
needed that moment.
He did.
Yeah. It's good storytelling.
Fellas,
trying to think,
I do have to head out. I've got to work early in the morning.
Oh,
But I want
no.
to thank y'all for
Yeah,
having me.
I need to go and get a 4-year-old in like 7 hours. So
Yeah.
Y'all
That
take
I
it
haven't
easy.
seen
though.
in
It was
nearly
fun.
2
It
weeks.
was
Have a
lot
good
of
one,
fun.
Tim.
Tim, see you
Appreciate
soon,
it.
mate. Have a good one.
See you, Tim.
Yep.
Is this who I think it is in the chat here, Danny Onana?
Who do you think it is?
Do you
Danny
think it's
from
Danny Onana?
Celebration.
Because it's Danny Onana.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Go out on a limb and
Sabretooth?
say it's
Yeah,
Danny Onana.
Saber who? Saber.
I don't know.
Danny
Saber.
Onana.
Well, he's there. Why don't we ask? Hey, Danny, who are you?
Yeah. Did I give
Does
you a
anybody here
lightsaber
know
at
you?
Celebration? Because I've never seen this person in the chat before. I'm kind of wondering if it's Danny. Yes,
Yeah.
it is,
Ooh.
man. How you doing? How's that lightsaber treating you?
Oh, the guy that won or recognized you and you gave him a saber or however that worked?
No. He didn't recognize me. He recognized Jesse. Jesse was talking to him for like a good 20 minutes, and then he was like, "Oh, he
Well,
doesn't have a lightsaber."
Sam was like saying before the trip, he was like, I want to give away the saber to somebody who doesn't have one. And we were like, well, that's gonna be hard because like everybody everybody that follows you has a fucking saber. You know what I mean?
Right.
So then literally the first person to come up to me is like, oh, yeah, it was. And I was like, oh, Sam, this is the perfect person to give a saber to. He doesn't have one.
It was completely right because the whole rest of the weekend
Never found anybody.
Never found anyone else. Talked to plenty of people, but they weren't quite right. Danny was perfect for that.
How's the saber been? Does it still work?
Loving it. Oh, dude, I'm super glad that you
yeah.
enjoy it. I'm super glad that you love it, man.
I don't even have a Cal Kestis saber.
I want to Cal Kestis. I don't know which one.
That one's Profi too, isn't it? You gave a
Yeah,
Profi one.
Profi, yeah.
Nice.
Borg on a stick. So obviously, we love watching your videos, though.
Should have been a celebration, dude.
Yeah, man, should be a celebration.
Get a saber.
We will
Don't
be
have to be
doing.
fancy.
We will be doing a giveaway. Quite a large one, actually, probably towards the summertime.
Hell
So-
yeah.
Nice.
Works fine. Good. Hope it does.
Right, man.
Oh, sure. Here it comes.
Well, I hope you got used to it,
You
dude.
don't have-
You're loving it.
Nice.
Oh, what one's that?
This is the 89 Sabers.
Oh, is it the V3?
How many sabers you got, dude?
13.
When did you start?
Less than a year ago.
About knows. I got my
Are they
first one
all
in March.
installed or are they empty?
About half are installed.
Dude, god damn.
Shit, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I put myself.
You know
into
what?
that.
I really, really like that because my V2 grip and pommel is nowhere near that detailed.
Yeah. Yeah, this is.
I wonder if
really
you can
nice.
buy the V3 pommel separately.
You might be able to. I want to get the V4.
My fallen order.
Yeah, it's not a bad one, man. Sense is a good one to have.
Not accurate, but
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
trio.
Matt, I'm sure that Corbat are still selling the V4 grip and pommels for like $40.
Yeah. Hey, I got one of those too.
Oh yeah, shit.
I mean, I really liked Fallen Order, so I feel like I need one.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have one yet?
You need one.
Yeah. New game's coming out, dude.
Survivor bundles on here, Second Sisters on here, and K-Sith's Malicos phone is on here, and that's it.
There you go. That's all you need.
The one that Saber Bay came out with looked pretty good, but I didn't get in early enough to get like both the grips and all that stuff.
Dude, get the one from Padawan Outpost.
The Ogdo Killer, or you're talking about an LGT one?
I'll go killer.
Yeah, no, I know. It's
I've
what,
seen hands down.
900 pounds or something like that.
Do they still have Ogdos in stock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do.
That like I know the grip is plastic, but dude, it is the best one. I haven't seen it.
It's really big. It's really long. Super.
They
long.
look really good though.
It's
They are good.
it's the best looking one in my opinion.
Yeah,
Like
they are
if
good.
I got one, that's what I would get.
One.
Says the guy who didn't play the game. Just saying.
And I don't I only collect live action. So
Yeah.
For now.
I'm
until I
selling,
finish it.
I'm selling a couple sabers short
Listen.
just to
You saw my saber trio?
no, I wouldn't do that. I'm not that bold. No, I'm selling a couple just to facilitate my Ogdo. You know, I love the 8.9. Don't get me wrong, I love the 8.9, but that Ogdo, man, like the way it's been done, like
Yeah, I do want one.
There you go, Elvis. It's
Dennis
a beautiful hilt.
is doing a version 2 of it. Yeah,
He already did, didn't he?
no, it's in process.
I
It's
can
in
wait.
process just now.
I go wait. Yeah, his are dope.
The one
The
from
Great
Corband that had the what's the girl's name? Is it
Seer?
Seer? Huh?
Seer?
Seer. Anyway,
Huh?
the one that's half Seer's lightsaber and half Kel's.
Yeah.
That was I was looking at that one pretty hard for a while too.
So James just posted a photo on YouTube today, I think it was, of that
James
one as
who?
well. Sir James, yeah, Gamer Fusion.
No, that was the
Disney?
TXQ
Oh.
one. Like the
No, he posted a photo of all three of them: the TXQ,
Oh.
the 8.9, and the Seer 8. Is it the Seer 8.9?
I think
Is
so,
it?
yeah.
It might be.
Yeah.
But in the game, Sarah's lightsaber, as half of it, is like if you don't customize your lightsaber, that's what you end up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like for me, that was like the canon saber. So that one made the most sense to me.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot more sabers going to be coming out shortly. Oh, God damn it.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Hey,
The
Indubitably.
problem is committing to sabers because there's just so many that keep coming out, and I
That's just
you want them
one,
all.
The one that I'm waiting for just now is Cal's Qui-Gon.
Yep, I'm gonna get that. I think I'm gonna get at Star's End Obi-Wan Episode 1. So I might sell my KR. Because the at Star's End one. What? Yeah.
Why?
Because it's super accurate and it's
You're saying KR sabers is not accurate.
compared to this one, it's probably not, yeah. This one's really good. But it's like this one's install friendly, where like the other one is not. It's just a display.
Okay.
So they have the sacrifices. Like the emitter is supposed to be slanted.
Mhm.
Like it's not straight. And
I
there's
got
a lot of
so
inconsistency.
like your DS6 ugly is correct. Yeah, okay, got you. I understand. But dude, I mean
And he's coming out with an Obi Episode 3 too that I might get at Star's End.
that's cool.
it's so pretty. I mean, it's just so
Yeah,
pretty.
that's the KR one, right?
Yeah, this is the 2. Yeah, the night.
Oh, the 2, yeah. The 2 I'm keeping, hands down. That one's amazing.
I got to send this
Way better than the
off
one.
to get installed.
Yes, sir.
What the hell is that?
This is a custom job by the Saber Merchant. It was a
Oh,
one-off that he did. He calls it the
pretty cool. I
field
didn't know
repair. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he sent that some bitch like 2 days before I went down there to visit. I was like, man, I wanted to play with that.
Have you seen his new one?
Yes.
The
I've had
new
it in my
limited
hand.
run he's doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he sent me pictures today. He's gonna hold me one.
Is it that one?
Wait till you see that one.
I've seen it, yeah.
Oh, you have? You
'Cause
get to
Carter's
see the.
doing a thing for it.
Oh man. Oh,
Yeah,
that's so cool. He didn't tell me that. That's
Yeah,
funny.
Carter's making a sound font for it.
That's awesome.
What's that
That
one
is-
for?
Awesome. Saber Merchant. Just keep your eyes peeled.
No.
Yeah, he sent me a sneak peek today.
I'm just doing
It
this.
looks really,
that's it.
really good.
I didn't say anything.
I'll say it. I'm not sworn to secrecy.
I wasn't sworn to secrecy either. He didn't say I could say it, so I didn't say
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, he didn't tell me. I couldn't say anything about it.
It looks really good.
But oh man, it's fucking cool, yeah. Well, hey, I was invited to John's stream like last week. And I told him I would swing by if I could, and I'm trying to get some stuff done around here. And I got that invite from you, Sam. So I wanted to make sure I stopped by and said hi to you because I haven't seen or talked to you in forever.
Yeah, no, man. It's been a hot minute, dude. Thanks for
And-
taking the time.
Heck yeah, man. And plus, I love everybody else in this stream, and even Chris, even though I can't get on a stream with him to save my life, even though he is on John's stream now, so I might make it. But Jesse, I just picked up the Tails
Nice.
package, bro.
Great fonts.
Nice
Yeah,
job.
I remember like because I released that like a couple days after the episode came. All those episodes came out.
Yeah.
I know.
Like I
You worked fast on that, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
Like,
5
yeah.
fonts for $20. That's a great deal.
hell yeah, dude.
premium
I did
too.
it during celebration, so I mean, I went a little cheap, but I did it. I was
Mhm.
like, celebration. There's a code. Hell yeah! So I'm looking, and I'm like, I don't have this yet.
That was just for me to pay my taxes.
I love that.
Perfectly fine.
That was just to pay taxes.
Yep.
Huh?
That was just to pay taxes.
Well, I mean, that I didn't make enough to pay my taxes, but I mean, I did. Not during then, though. That just helped a little bit.
Yeah.
Any bit helps.
Yeah, I gotta get
Damn right.
some more of your. I gotta get some of those Visions fonts because those are fire too.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, and now there's a new Visions coming out.
Yeah,
Oh,
I only
yeah,
have
There
the
is.
Ronin.
That's
I
the
gotta
best
get
one, to be honest.
True story.
Toby's good too.
Yeah, Toby's good.
Toby's the most unique out of all of them.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I do
I
like
like
the ones
the-
from the Ninth Jedi too.
Was it
They're
F?
boring, but
I like
yeah,
F.
if you like the story, you know, if you
But
like,
yeah, the story was great.
dude, $300.
That looks
Dude.
pretty good too.
It's perfect.
That is awesome.
It's not bassy, but it's clear.
Yeah. It's not all about the bass.
Yeah. And the buttons
All
are
right.
is
All about that bass. About that. No, I can't.
I still have a Luke Silver.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that one looks good. Which one's that? The KR one?
this is the KR.
I've seen that one in person. That one looks really good.
Yeah, I got this from Padawan Outpost. It's installed by Ryan.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
That's next on my list.
he was a fucking vibe. I didn't expect him to be that cool. He was fun as fuck to hang out with.
That's awesome.
Who's that?
Ryan.
Oh, dude, I fucking love Ryan.
Yeah, he was fucking amazing. Is that the TXQ Luke? Oh, yeah. Yes, it is, Cole. It's very dark, but you're supposed to take it down with steel wool, and I guess it brightens up. I haven't done it yet. And then I took the tri-ring off because the one on there is like huge.
I got to jet, guys.
See
I'll
Elvis.
see you later.
Peace, bro.
Elvis, take care, bro.
Yeah, buddy.
See you, dudes.
We'll go with my man.
And with that, I'm gonna get out of here too. Hop on
Bye.
here. It's good to see you guys.
Awesome seeing
Have a
you,
good one,
dude.
Brad.
Take care. See you soon, man. Okay, don't be a stranger.
See you, buddy. Yep. Thanks. Love you.
Love ya. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Cole got one too. $300, dude.
That's a
And-
hell of a good deal.
It comes with a display emitter.
Yeah, I think Collector's Outpost did a video on one
Yep.
not too far. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, nobody knows it's the Book of Boba Fett version though, because it's marketed as Return of the Jedi,
Yeah.
but it's not Return of the Jedi at all.
Oh, here, man. Fucking hell.
So Sam, when you get yours and do a review, say it's the Book of Boba.
Oh, yeah, well. Do I need to do anything to it, or?
Do you need to do anything to it? Yeah, because it'll probably come just like mine. I mean, you could review it as is, but if you want to be extra, At Star's End is about to post a video probably within the next couple days on how to make it more accurate. So you take it down with steel wool on the finish.
Right.
I haven't done it yet, and then the tri-ring needs to be changed out with a smaller one, and then these screws right here. Focus. They're little Phillips. They're supposed to be
flatheads,
slotted.
right?
Yeah, slotted flathead. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and then that's it. So
Over.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, because it's very different from the other versions.
Yeah, that's a lot nicer than the Nexus version.
Oh yeah, well, because this even though it's TXQ, it's designed by At Star's End,
Okay.
and he does really good, accurate stuff. He's got a whole video on it. It's pretty interesting.
It was actually you that put me onto his stuff because it's like spot on.
At Star's End, yeah. Yeah. He doesn't post much, but see, he posted the other day about an Obi-Wan. He's doing an Obi-Wan episode 1 and an Obi-Wan episode 3. I'm probably gonna get both. It'll be a fun Ace Hardware trip. Yeah, I'm waiting for the video so they tell me the exact like sizes for the screw, and they'll have links to where to buy them.
I was about to make another custom saber on Vires, but I don't know if I want to do it. Just so I can get a V3, the Xeno.
Oh yeah, just buy the core. Can't you just buy a core somewhere?
I could buy just the core.
Yeah, because you already have a saber you could put it in.
I have multiple sabers I can put it in.
Yeah, dude, just do that.
Yeah, I gave my the hilt that I designed for the Xeno V3. I gave that to my friend Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
I put the Xeno V2 that I had inside of it. It was her first lightsaber. I did a vlog on it, but I haven't freaking edited because I've been playing Resident Evil 4
With the lights on.
with the lights on because I am a bitch.
TXQ Darksaber is great. It does look really good. I think Seabass is ordering one.
Dave was saying that the new LGT one is like super heavy.
I get it.
Oh, dude, my blaster. Hold on, let me pull that bitch out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I gotta see this.
This is just straight up resin. The paint job on this is fucking amazing.
Dude, that looks like it's metal.
Right? Alumiluster on the actually the whole thing is Alumiluster mix.
Yeah, he lost that pistol too.
What's the company that makes Alumiluster? That's all this paint.
Okay.
Because it's got like the blues and pinks from like the the heat. Real wood grip.
Shame he lost that pistol though.
Where did it go? He actually like lost it?
Yeah, if you notice in the last couple scenes that he's in, he's using he's carrying the two
the other ones, yeah.
the ones that he took from the Super Commandos cross style.
Yeah.
So I think they took that from him and he never got it back.
This is from 3D Fanatics on Instagram. I'll send it to you, Cole. I think it's 3D_. Or I tagged it in my post. Hold on, I'll
That's
show
really
you.
nice.
He does
I love that blaster.
really good. He's neighbors with Elvis.
Oh, nice.
He lives down the street from Elvis.
Literally down the street.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like he came to Elvis's house to help him print something or something like that before.
Oh wait, man.
It's pretty cool.
Fuck off. Stop it.
There you go. I just sent it to you, Cole, on Instagram. He does the Peacemaker helmet. He does a lot of those.
Oh, those are cool.
And it's all done with Alumiluster, so it's like super shiny.
Yeah.
He does Mando kits. Yeah, he's legit. But yeah, this thing's fucking sick. And it feels good. Like it's got a good weight for being resin. Just that shine is so awesome.
Yeah, I gotta get one of those.
This was about $325 shipped.
That's actually not too bad compared to some of the other stuff that I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, is it 3D printed? Sure, but it's painted beautifully.
I've seen like PLA ones going for like 4 or 5.
Oh wow,
that are painted. Yeah,
yeah,
but yeah, with resin painted like that, that's a hell of a deal.
Like the weathering and stuff on it, like you could see.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, it looks good on this camera too.
Everything looks good on that camera.
Yeah, it's nice. I need a proper way to display it, but it'll probably be the one that goes in my Mando kit anyway, so I'll probably have it in the holster.
Is that Mando armor coming, dude? Has it been sent yet?
Yep. Yeah, he sent me a tracking number, right?
Nice.
He's sending. Hold on. He messaged me today or yesterday about it. Here's some props. Yeah, he sent me a tracking. That's so he just sent the armor. Jetpack and helmet is next week.
Nice.
So I'll get all the armor first, but I still I have a helmet already too. I just ordered another one. Just I don't know.
Because you had to.
Carter wants to buy. Carter wants to buy a helmet from me, so he got it quicker. technically, than having the wait because it's a long wait for Jason Props.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to look him up.
There we go. Hate it when you try to do something on your goddamn PC and it just doesn't want to do it for you. It fucking annoys me.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah, dude, he's legit. Ping is impeccable. Yeah. Does it go pew pew? No, it doesn't. I have one that goes pew pew. It's just we didn't get it painted correctly before it got installed, so like you can't really make it any better. And you wouldn't be able to bring that one to a con because it's like metal. So that one, if I dressed up as Mando, I could put that one in the holster.
The amount of times that Ryan got pulled by like airport security or
Brass flagship, yeah.
that was hilarious. That was funny. That was good. Is that Sarah Ryan? Oh, there we go.
Figures it would be Ryan too.
Oh, Ryan was the star of the whole trip.
It was.
He was, man. He came like so much out of his shell. It was great. It was literally perfect.
I've got him talking a few times on Instagram, but he doesn't talk on stream much.
He keeps himself to himself.
Yeah.
He keeps himself to himself. That's the way he is, man. He's a good guy.
I keep to myself a lot too. That's why nobody ever hears from me unless it's on stream.
That's the best way to be, dude.
Yep.
Best way to be. Sometimes you learn the hard way.
Yep.
Oh, come on, what's going on here? There we go. There we go. Now I'm getting somewhere. Goddamn PC. So, I didn't hear from yourself, Matt, but what was the highlight of the whole season for you?
There are a couple of really, really good moments, like seeing the Mythosaur, Grogu sliding in, pushing Mug, get in with the Force, and then
That was tight. Like all of them teaming up together.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Between
Grogu doing
and-
the Kanan move and saving everybody.
Well, he did that in season 1 too,
Yeah.
with the fire. Yeah.
Yep.
Season 3 had a lot of great moments. It's just the story was inconsistent. And I think that's why I don't like it as much as season 2, because season 2 didn't have as many like awesome moments, but it was consistent throughout.
Yeah, I would.
I mean, I don't know. I think season 3 is a pretty straightforward story. It's just them trying to take back Mandalore. That's it.
Yeah, but there's a little too much kind of.
And like there was a one little storyline where like it was like the cloning stuff, but like
yeah.
Other than that, though, it was straight up like everything they were doing was moving ahead, and
it was definitely the most beautiful looking season.
Because season 1 didn't seem like they were doing anything. Like it was just a bunch of side missions, and then at the very end, they kind of tied it together.
Yeah,
it was season 1 didn't really have an overall story.
Yeah, season 2 had its overall story of trying to figure out what to do with Grogu, and then season 3 was taking back Mandalore, which was, I think, seeing Mandalore in that live action may have been the highlight for me.
Mm-hmm. I really liked the Grogu scene where he gets saved. Like that was very looked forward to.
I mean, Bo-Katan using the lightsaber
Praetorian
against Body Horde.
Praetorian Guards, I was super hyped for because I knew they were going to be a thing.
Yeah, you've been talking about that like since episode 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were pretty
They're pretty
freaking cool.
And the way like it sucks Paz died, but like the way he went out was super.
He went out like a boss.
Yeah. Like he fucked shit up. And then of course, 3 Praetorian guards against him. Like
Mando was totally John Wick this season.
Mando was sick. Dude, when Mando was in handcuffs and he beat those 2 guards, like that scene of him, taking control there was really good.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
Combat was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
really-
just a lot of good stuff that I really enjoyed.
Ooh, when Bo-Katan and the armor and all the Mandalorians are in the air with the jetpacks, and you see them fighting and how fast the background's moving, they're slicing through, and that was badass.
Like, who was it? Was it Casca or Bo-Katan that like flew under the bridge and then turned around and started shooting?
Bo-Katan.
Yeah,
Was it? Yeah. Was it?
Yep.
Because she had the darksaber.
Yep. It was Bo because Katie Sackhoff posted something today about knee pads and sliding around.
no, that was for when she was fighting Body Horror Droid when she did the slide.
You're talking about I'm pretty sure it's Casca Reeve. I think you're right.
Yeah,
I thought it was Bo, no?
No, we're talking about a different thing. We're talking about in the air, when she's in the air flying.
yeah. When she's getting chased by a
We're talking
bunch of the
about
super
sliding on
commandos,
the-
and she does some like crazy Top Gun thing under like a bridge, and then turns around.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And then what in the beginning of this episode when they're running and it was Bo-Katan drops the explosive on the rock and then turns around and like hits the jetpack backwards and starts shooting.
Yeah.
That was really cool too.
There was some really, really good.
What was the guy's name that took over the ship and like
Axe Woves.
yeah, he was cool in this episode.
I got his Black Series figure over there.
That's sick. His helmet's pretty badass.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've got now I have Bo-Katan, I have Casca, and I have Axe Wolves. I have the trio.
You have a Casca helmet?
No, the Black Series figures.
Oh, Black Series. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any helmets? You do.
Black Series I have
I know you got the one that Elvis made you.
I got the one Elvis made me. I have the Poe Dameron helmet, and I have the Stormtrooper helmet, and the rearmored Boba Fett.
And are all those Hasbro besides Elvis?
Yeah, they're Black Series. I want to get the Wedge Antilles helmet.
Hmm.
You know what one was really nice actually when I seen it in person at Celebration was the Trapper Wolf.
That's a cool design.
Yeah. I ordered a Paz Vizsla helmet.
Nice.
Oh,
I got it from GEC Props, like the raw kit, and then I'm sending it to Alpha Ignition to paint. I'm on his waiting list right now.
nice.
I've started collecting too many things. I can't get into helmets.
Helmets take up so much space too. Yeah. I mean, how many you have? You have 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have 5 right now. But I have a lot more coming. I got the Paz. I have Bo's pre-ordered from De Novo. Hopefully it looks good. It didn't look good at Celebration.
No, the prototype looked kind of hicky. Didn't look the best.
I'm big into action figures right now.
That's good because they're small.
Yeah, and they're cheaper than lightsabers.
That's true. Yeah.
I just got Ayla Secura today.
Nice.
I have.
See, I feel like there's too many figures to like. If I like wanted to get into it, I mean, I guess you could say the same about sabers, but I've clearly.
I have about 12 different Mandalorian action or Black Series figures, different characters.
Yeah.
I have like 4 different clone troopers, two of which are no, I have a bunch of most of them are 501st variants, but one's Rex. I have like 3 Boba Fett's. I have I have Sabine. Got a whole bunch. It's addicting too. And now I started
I can
doing the
wait.
vintage collection now too.
A Sabine helmet from like Hasbro will probably be sick. That's
Oh, yeah.
guaranteed to happen when Ahsoka
Oh
comes
yeah,
out.
that's definitely gonna happen. I'm gonna get one.
That's fun.
Probably.
I like seeing and knowing that Hasbro's making these helmets, but I don't have any.
The Scout Trooper one looked really
The
good.
Scout one looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
That's the best looking Black Series I've seen.
Yeah.
Well,
I
for
mean,
at least
and
what we've seen of it. At
For the
least.
price, they're not bad.
Oh no, they're great. They're totally fine. I'm just a picky fucking asshole. I can't get them. I can't get them because they're Black Series. That's it.
I mean, the quality has increased. Like the Bo-Katan one is, mwah. That Vader's pretty good, right? But that Scout Trooper looks.
You're reaching there, dude. That Vader is not good.
I don't know, man. Like I think
The
it looks
face is a
pretty
little
good.
misshapen.
The face
Yeah.
is big. Like that mouth,
Yeah.
the triangle thing is huge.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying,
for the money.
yeah, for the exactly.
No, for the price, they're great.
But like Bo-Katan, yes. Besides the size, like it's big, obviously, but the
Yeah.
paint job on it looks great. All the Rebel helmets look pretty damn good to me. I mean, I don't know much about them, like the pilot helmets.
There's
I got the rearmored Boba Fett right here.
I like that one too. I've got that one. I like that one. The Mando one's pretty good too.
I don't want to pull mine out, but mine was 10 times that price.
The rumor has it that in the next phase they're doing Sabine.
Well, yeah, they have to. It's Ahsoka. It's Ahsoka.
Definitely gonna pre-order Sabine if they do it.
Yep, they're doing Sabine. Apparently, we talked about this. They're doing Sith Trooper.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently so. They're doing Sith Trooper.
That's cool. They might do stuff from Mando then.
Which
Oh, do you think they would do a Moff Gideon or no?
they
Well, I
might.
hope they do.
Yeah,
I hope they do.
That would sell.
Yeah. I hope they do a pass. I really hope they do a pass. If they did a pass Vizsla and it turned out anywhere near as good as Bo-Katan's, it would be great.
Yeah. I'm getting accustomed.
You get it custom, but
Yeah, but that's just what you do.
I've got a cold sore coming up. Don't believe it. Damn.
You got a cold sore?
Yeah, I've just felt it on my lip. It's just coming up now. Oh well, it's an excuse to get the whiskey out and have a few little drams and dab it with some whiskey.
That's a great excuse.
It is. Well, we've been going for 2.5 hours. I need to go and get a 4-year-old in like 6 hours. So
What time is it for you?
2:30, man.
Whew.
2:30 a.m.
Yeah, I'm
gonna
back on my schedule now.
I'm gonna play some more Resident Evil 4 with the lights on.
Turn the lights off, dude. Come on.
Nah. I'm gonna have to watch so many Disney princess movies if I do.
Well, a massive thanks to everyone who's given us their time over the last 8 weeks. Thanks to everyone for joining the after shows as always. I love discussing everything with you guys and gals and just really chewing the fat, as we call it here in Scotland, of everything that's kind of happened in the series. But you know what's next?
Ahsoka, or no, Visions.
No, for me, it's Ahsoka.
Yeah. Really looking forward to that one.
Yeah, but technically what's next is
It's Ahsoka for me. Yeah.
Ah, so that's what you've been working on.
Yeah, I was trying to get the Ahsoka font to work and it wouldn't work. I was like, I'm missing something. What am I missing? Oh, that's right. I haven't done an Ahsoka poster yet. Sweet. So, yeah, August will be the next
hey,
one
how'd
for
you
me.
get that text? Is it out there?
It's out there.
Huh? It is?
It's out there somewhere, yeah, but you need to pay for it. I just downloaded one called Futura Lite, and then I took the A, the H, and the O and just copied it, cut it, and done that kind of stuff. So,
I like it.
yeah. I'm so looking forward to Ahsoka. Like, oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Dude, when I was watching the trailer and Ray Stevenson ignited an orange freaking lightsaber, I lost my mind.
Well, people were bitching at Celebration, right? They were like, oh, that isn't even red. And then like they came out and went, no, you're right. It's actually orange.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
It's
did
cool.
that on purpose.
completely on purpose. But yeah, we'll see you in August for Ahsoka. We'll see you before then, of course. But
I don't know what I'm gonna do with my Friday nights now.
I'll sleep. I will actually have a good sleep before I have a toddler running around for 2 days.
That's probably a good idea.
I know, I haven't slept. But we'll see you shortly. We'll be doing some more kind of chill streams at some point. I really need to get some sleep over the next kind of 8 weeks.
Over the next
And-
2 weeks.
8 weeks, man. Friday nights, 8 weeks, just bed, 9 p.m. Oh, yeah, love it. Anyway, folks, we'll see you for Ahsoka after show in August. Take
Yeah, do you see
care.
Visions?
I'm not doing a Visions after show, man. Nah. I'll watch it, obviously, but I'm not doing.
I mean, it all comes out in one day. You know that, right?
Yeah,
You
well, I
only
might
have
do.
to do one after show.
Yeah.
I might do one for Visions. We'll see.
You should.
We'll see you for the Vision Season 2 after show, guys and gals. But enjoy your weekend. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. And may the force be with you all. Bye.